So, listening to a podcast, are we? Think we're a geek, do we? Going to Edinburgh Fringe Festival, are we? Are we so much of a geek? Are we so committed to the geeky cause that we play, or want to play, or want to watch being played Dungeons and Dragons? If the answer to all of these is yes, or maybe, depending how I feel, then you should check out Adventurers Wanted Rebellion. Adventurers Wanted is people playing Dungeons and Dragons with cool music effects whilst being filmed and having a live audience, which could be you, or you could be a player. Adventurers Wanted Rebellion, Edinburgh Fringe Festival, from the 2nd to the 26th of August. Be there, or be, I don't know, somewhere else. Bernadette, how do I turn off the recording thing? Where is it? It's just a button there, Toby. Okay, oh yeah, thanks.
Definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 365 Flicks Podcast, episode 115. I am Chris, the 2017 Floppy Award-winning Brit of the Year and Scottish Whedon whore.
You are.
And you are?
I am Kevin, the pissy ex-video store clerk, and also, for the first time ever, the pissy you just played with the knobs on my mixing board.
Oh, is that upsetting for you?
You never play with my knobs.
Well.
When was the last time you played with my knobs?
Do I have to answer that?
Well, you don't really have to, because we both know it was Cincinnati. Yeah, it was London.
London, maybe.
London.
Oh, you were asleep.
I was asleep.
Yeah.
But yes, I am the pissy ex-video store clerk, Kevin. How you doing, man?
I'm all good. I'm all good. It's hot.
It's hot as balls.
It's damn hot.
There is more sweat on my forehead than on my balls right now, and that is no small feat. So that tells you how hot it is in the UK today.
Yeah, I'm also really, really glad we're sitting so close.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You will have equally as sweaty balls as I do by the end of this, and forehead.
Okay.
But yeah, this is breaking news.
Something to aim for.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This is the hottest day of the year so far.
Yeah, anybody who says that Britain doesn't get nice summers can shut the fuck up.
I know.
Because we've done all right.
And I've been seeing, like, normally when we get a little bit of sunshine, you know what it's like. People flock to the beach. Like, they get the bikinis on, they get the suntan lotion on, straight to Cockleburn Beach. Not me. I straight indoors, curtain shut. You know what I'm like. I don't like the sunshine. I like rain. I like snow. That's as much as my weather goes. But yeah, people have really been like taken to the beaches and stuff. And I've been smelling barbecues every other day. And
yeah, I had a barbecue the other Saturday.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I didn't go.
No, you didn't go yet, you prick.
No, because you had like a fire pit. I thought you were like going to forge some swords at your barbecue.
No, we did that after.
Oh, sweet. That would have been great. But that's not all, guys, because we are also in the middle of what the news is calling a week-long heat wave.
Well,
we're having a heat wave.
It's been more than a week.
Yeah, but this is like, they reckon this is like a level 3 heat wave. Which I think like in places like America and, I don't know, the Gobi Desert is like a level 1. Like it's, like that's a cold day for them. That's their winter.
So how high does that go? Like level 5 be dead?
I really didn't pay any attention to.
It sounds like a lot of pish to me.
It was on the news, and you know what I'm like. They keep changing the story. I get the ADD, and I just move on.
Yeah, they like.
Well,
they keep changing the story on the news.
That's the thing about the news. It's not really a linear story, is it? They just constantly change it to something else, to something else, to something else. And I'm like, when I'm watching my soaps, I like a continuous story. You don't get that on the news.
No.
No, it annoys me. I like things to be consistent.
Move on.
The only thing it does have in common with soaps and stuff like that is like the news is not good to watch, is it?
Yeah, I've kind of stopped watching it.
Yeah,
lately.
that's a good idea. That is a very good idea because it is boring and it's all about like death and
Donald Trump and
he's a big
Brexit and
yeah.
I don't need to see any of that shit.
Nah.
We know the whole thing's a clusterfuck. We don't need to read about it every day.
We know we're almost on the verge of like being in Purge territory, so we don't need to watch the news for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, what do we have coming up tonight, Chris?
Well, I
Tell
want
the
to
good
discuss
listeners.
the kind of elephant in the room is that we are sat
The
with
elephant in the room.
a drum-shaped elephant in the room.
We have a drum kit in the
What
studio.
the fuck were you thinking, you massive, ridiculous, sweaty bastard?
I mean,
were you thinking?
The simple
was it
answer
a
is
4 a.m.
no.
job?
The simple answer is no. A little while ago, when Ruby went into middle school, she got the choice of learning instruments. So you can learn the drums, or you can learn the keyboard, or you can learn the guitar, or if you're really lucky, or shall I say a dev kid, you can learn the recorder.
Oh, bless.
Bless them. But Ruby really wanted to learn the drums, but they then told her that you have to have a drum kit. Like, to learn the drums, you have to have a drum kit at home, because apparently you've got to, like, keep practicing that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe I'm probably why I'm regretting.
Yeah, it's not like the Matrix where it goes and then it's like...
That would be awesome, though. But, yeah, so we were looking back then, and then she decided she didn't want to do the drums anyway, so I was like, nah, there was nothing came up. And then the other day, it just popped up on Facebook, Sale Berwick, which is like an awesome sale site in our local area. By awesome, I mean shit. And the drum kit came up on there, and I was like, you know what? For that price, I'm going to buy a drum kit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to watch YouTube videos to teach me how to play it.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you messaged me saying, should I buy a drum kit? And I replied, no. And you said, too late.
That's how that works. Mm-hmm. That is how that works.
It is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and I guess I didn't account for the soundproofing in the cave is good, but now because it's so soundproof, not only does it like stop sound from getting out, but it stops it from getting out, so it stays in the room. And so when we talk, good listener, you may hear a slight little echo on the audio now.
Yeah, or muckle loud noises bouncing off of the drum kit.
If you don't hear those noises, brilliant. If you do, shut the fuck up. I've got a drum kit in the studio. I'm going to be doing my own intros from now on. Because you know how sometimes our jokes, because we're British, our jokes go way over people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
So this is how we get around that now for the American audience out there. Mm-hmm. Now, when we crack a joke, I can literally go, boom, boom,
You are not doing that.
It's better than a soundboard. It's like
I'll take the soundboard. Thank you.
It's our very own soundboard.
Speaking of cracking jokes.
I
managed not to today. And it was really hard. Because, I'll tell you for why. You know how I sent a message to you a few weeks ago now saying a few of us are thinking of going over to Krakow next year.
Yeah, Krakow.
Krakow.
No, Krakow's like having a wank.
It's Krakow, isn't it?
You're not going to pop over for a wank. No, is it not Krakow?
It's Krakow.
It's pronounced... Well, no, it's spelt Krakow. Krakow.
Well, lots of things are spelt differently.
It's not Russia, though. Krakow.
Do you say knife?
No, but I also don't say quiche.
I think you should say quiche. Anyway. Right, so Krakow, whatever, to see Auschwitz. And we were just sort of having a crack in the office this afternoon. And I said, well, there's a group of us planning on going over there next sort of March, April way to see it. And one of the lassies in the office, who I guess had been before, said, when you're there, don't use their trains.
Ooh.
Now, what she meant was because their train system is shite, and they're all like wooden carts and shit.
Yeah.
But my internals went into overdrive, and it was like, make a joke. Do it. Go on. What was on the way out was, well, that's the last thing I'm going to do, and I'm not going to shower either. But I didn't say that, and it was really, really hard.
That would have been like mega hard. I probably would have blown a funny fuse on that one. Like, that would have been milk coming out the nose, like material. That's mad. Why didn't you just crack the joke?
Because I don't know them that well. I've only been working with them since February. You don't know how people are going to react to those kinds of jokes.
You're kind of in amongst
as certain people have found out this week, you need to know before you're cracking a joke what your fucking audience is.
We'll get there. We will get there. Yeah, big spoilers coming up. So
that's just a little story.
So yeah, the elephant in the room is that we have a drum kit in the cave.
Yep.
And within about, I would say, 2 years, I'll be able to do our intro on the drum kit.
Yeah, that's never going to happen, is it?
No. It'll be gone by next week, to be fair. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like 6 or 7 years off 40. I'm going through a midlife crisis now.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aye. So what do we have coming up anyway?
Well, we've got our usual news. There's not a great deal to speak about, but
some big
we've
stuff,
got a couple of bits.
We've got a couple of bits.
We're going to be speaking about some Comic-Con trailers, and also what we've been watching.
San Diego Comic-Con, man.
Yeah.
What a fucking
It's
weekend.
been a little bit. I don't know, but it's been a little bit of a busy old time, so I've never really kind of paid attention to the Digital Spy and all that kind of thing. So I didn't even know it was on until the trailers came out.
I knew it was on, but I wasn't really expecting anything big to happen because the thing... Marvel doesn't go anymore because they've got...
they're D23?
Yeah, they've got D23 now. We kind of know what's going on with... Well, we don't know what's going on with DC because they don't know what's going on. So I wasn't expecting much from DC to come out. I knew an Aquaman trailer would come up, which I wasn't expecting anything. And the one trailer that did steal the weekend for me was not the one I expected it to be.
I know which one you're going to say, 'cause I kind of feel the same way. But we're going to speak about them and a couple of other trailers that came out as well. We've got Just the Pilot. I've just realised I've not thought of another pilot to watch. It'll be fine.
That's bad, Greg.
I know, yeah, I know. And we are going to be revisiting Stop, or My Mum Will Shoot.
We certainly are.
Our top 5 is also going to be top 5 TV shows that you've discovered in 2018 so far.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be a new one.
No.
New ones to you.
Cool, that's a solid episode, and we have our what have you been watching stuff, which I think you said.
I said that. Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
No, I know.
I was thinking about the next
You were
thing.
thinking about drums.
I was thinking about hitting my drums, like batting those skins.
And have you said, "Here come the drums, here come the drums"?
No, I haven't, because that would be totally gay.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so we're gonna be getting onto that in a second. But we got a little bit of pimpage for some fine fellows out there, and then you've got your little job to do, which is now coming in at like 16 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
I noticed you made a little sly dig about that in the last episode. It's getting like longer and longer before you get to that bit. That's because we like to banter. We have top bants. But yeah,
I'll put your head through the bloody one of the drums in a minute. I don't know their names.
You don't know what? That one's called Stephen.
The big one.
That one's called Michael.
Right.
I beat that one the most. A couple of things happening. Mr. Tom Paton, his movie Black Site, is going to be closing out the Fright Fest festival at the end of August, which is awesome. We're hopefully going to be trying to get there. I'm crossing my fingers we make that.
You never know. We'll try.
It would be great to see that on the big screen.
Yeah, it's a bit crappy living north of the wall. We can't do everything, unfortunately, we can't. But we try to.
But the big news with Tom, apart from that, because that is huge news, is that he's closing out the old Fright Fest festival, which is amazing. Again, end of August. If you can get to London, which we will try, but if you can get there. It's going to be awesome. Some really good films on show as well, apart from Black Site. But Black Site is kind of, for me, I've had a look at the list, and Black Site is like the pièce de résistance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Classy.
I said it. I said pièce de résistance. So yeah, that's happening, but
overacting.
Tom is also, July the 31st, going into production on Stairs.
Stairs.
Or Stairs, as you say it.
Stairs.
So Stairs is going... Stairs is going into production, and we have our invites to go down to set like we did for Black Site, which we definitely we're gonna move heaven and mountains and everything to get there. And we had a cast announcement. I mean, Toby told us on the last episode in his Man About Town segment that he's going to be in it, which I think we kind of already knew.
Can you tell us that?
Yeah, he pretty much like, "Here lads, on the sly, don't tell Tom I'm going to be in Stairs."
That's not how Toby talks.
It's a little bit. All right, more like, "Here, I'm going to be in Stairs."
Is he zippy now, is he?
I can't do Toby's accent.
You can do Zippy, though.
I can, yeah. But, yeah, so Toby's going to be in that. And also...
Does that make me Bungle or George?
Pop star singing sensation Shane Ward, Coronation Street alum. Is it Coronation Street he's in? I'm sure it's Coronation Street.
Yeah?
He was in one of them.
Yeah,
He was
I think it's Corey.
Yeah, he is also going to be in it, which...
Yeah, this is a bit of a left field one, isn't it?
It is for us, but I feel it makes sense. I do feel it makes sense. And we know that Tom likes to take a little bit of, I wouldn't say a risk, but like a calculated risk. Like, he knows what he knows, and he's not going to be picking up someone like Shane Ward if Shane Ward doesn't have the goods.
Oh, bloody right.
Because Tom's got an eye for it. I mean, I watched Pandorica back in the day. You watched Pandorica, and Jade Hobday was absolutely phenomenal in that film. Marc Zammit was great in that film. That's kind of how we got into Marc and kind of knew who Marc was. And then, like, Redwood comes along, and there's little old Mike Beckenham, you know.
Yeah,
absolute superstar in the making.
Bless him.
Tatiana as well. And then he comes, we go and see Black Site with the set, because theoretically we haven't seen the movie. Shh. But if we had, we would tell you how awesome Chris Johnson is, because my God, that is a man in the making.
We can say that anyway because we've seen him do his thing.
Yeah, we have seen everything. So
we'd already,
we've seen a couple of other movies with him in as well. So, but yeah, we also spoke to the guy on the revisited the Road to Infinity Wars.
Yes, we did.
One of the
yeah,
episodes.
it was a cool episode.
It was. I mean, he's such a cool guy. But Tom, as I'm trying to, in a long-winded way of saying, he knows talent. He knows who's got it, and he knows who hasn't got it. And if Shane Ward's coming into this movie, I think we can expect that he's going to be pretty damn good.
Is that why he's not offered us a part?
Probably.
Because he knows he hasn't got it.
Yeah. He's probably gone to some other podcasters and been like, I've got a role for podcasters in my movie. Would you like to do it? Because I'm not asking them 365 pricks.
Because one of them says stairs.
Because one of them says stairs, and it's obviously called stairs. But yeah. Also, Cause goes into production on his new movie, which again I can't say the name of because I completely fuck it up every time. But he's going to be in Leeds on his new production. Marc Zammit has a few. Well, let's just say the IndieGoGo smashed it.
Yeah,
absolutely smashed it. He didn't get the 22,000 that he needs to finish the movie, but I believe now he's only like 6,000 off what he needs.
That's
because
incredible.
he made a good 16,500 to 17,000 on the last campaign. So he's pretty much there now. And I mean, I don't know how concrete it is, but from what he's been saying when I've been speaking to him, that money's coming. So, I mean, this movie's going to be finished. It's going to happen. It's going to be awesome. Homeless Ashes. We can't shout about this film enough because we want to see Marc's vision up on the screen.
Definitely we do.
And it's a story that needs to be told.
And also, speaking of which, Ethel.
Ethel, yeah.
That is still going.
That
and
is.
They are doing very well with it.
They are.
Yeah, so please go and check out that
Johnny's had it easy, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been away all...
Yeah.
Like, you know, doing pilgrimages and stuff.
He's all like, oh yeah, Trish, Sasha, thanks for taking me under your wing. We're going to do this IndieGoGo to get my film that I wrote and I'm going to direct made. But you know what? You can do all the graft. I'm going up Machu Picchu. And that's where he's been. He's been in all those weirdy places. At one point he was in Colombia because we were playing them at the time. It was like, what is he doing? He should be here. To give him his dues, he is sending videos back on the Facebook.
He's been doing his thing.
He's doing his thing, but, you know, Trish must be like, come on, come back and do some graft.
Wow. Harsh, if anything.
I'm only joking. Those guys have been absolutely smashing the IndieGoGo. Anytime that we've tried to help them, I've set them up with a couple of little people that they can speak to try and help them along and everything, and they're doing great. That movie's going to get made anyway.
Yeah.
They are massively, massively passionate about that.
Yeah, we want to see that movie made.
Yeah.
As same as Homeless Ashes, I think it's an important film to be made. So.
And
Miriam Margolyes, yeah, and not just Miriam, you know, like the other cast members as well, but
the other cast members that you can't think of right now.
Professor Green.
I just thought you were like you had Miriam on the brain there. You're like, oh yeah, and then all those other people that was in it, you know, him and that one. So yeah, that's pretty much all the bits and pieces that we've got for everyone who's out there making awesome movies that we want to see made, and these are all like the cool thing is that we can say that these guys are like buddies of ours now.
Totally buds.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing that Johnny shared about one of the Kardashians
Oh, about making them a billionaire.
has got an IndieGoGo or whatever to make herself about the youngest ever. But fuck you, and fuck everybody who's fucking donated to that. Next.
So we're going to go into the news in a second, but first of all, you got a job to do, Chris.
Yeah, I'm upset now.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I can really see it.
That did annoy me.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
If those doors were closed, you would be sweating. Oh. We're getting background acoustics now. The seagulls of Berwick have come out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so do you want to do the rock?
What's worse, that or Dexter's?
That, because I hear that every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that did upset me though. When I read that, it did upset me.
It kind of bothered me about. I was like, you know what?
It's repulsive.
And to be fair, she only needs I think it's 100 million.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
Because she's already got 900 million. So, she only needs that 100 million to get her to billion status. You know what? I hope she does it. And then I hope the next day she dies of cat AIDS.
Wow. Shit.
Like that guy said to Cos.
Well, we can hope. Anyway, so we want everybody to look for 365 Flicks Podcast on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and everything. You can also find us on the iTunes. Again, subscribe to us and you'll get all of the new shiny episodes, what we do on that. Don't forget to leave us a cheeky 5-star review as well, because it makes us feel nice.
It does.
And wobbly inside.
It does. And if you do, we may send you a free t-shirt.
Really? Is that a thing now?
Probably not.
No?
But it might entice them to do it.
Well, you did take a dozen free t-shirts to give away in London and you didn't give a single one away, you tight bastard.
I gave one to Toby. I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
You
To be fair though, once we saw what happened to them, it was probably a good thing.
No, you gave him a hat. You gave him your hat.
I gave him 2 hats.
You gave him your hat.
I gave him one for Lee and I gave him my hat and I was devastated.
Because that pissed you off.
And you know what? I haven't seen a single photo on Facebook with that hat. Rude as balls. Not happy, Toby.
Mm-hmm.
Man About Town might be getting cut soon. Come on then.
Yeah, Spotify. Look for us on Spotify.
No,
Again,
not like cut with a knife. I didn't mean cut with the knife, like I'll cut you first, you slag. I mean like cut as in out of the show.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Okay,
I got
just
that.
making sure.
I got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I be doing...
Nope.
Okay. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at 365FlixPod.
Follow us on Spotify. And you can also search for us on any other third God damn it!
Any other third-party stairs?
Third-party podcasting apps that you can find on your phone, etc. Look for us on a few cheeky networks. I'm going to smack you in a minute. We're on the Tangible Network. We are on the Wicked Radio Network. We be geeks, our awesome British home, nerdly.co.uk. Geeks worldwide. And hashtag Important Family and hashtag Britpod Scene done.
So will we get on with the news?
Yep, let's do it.
Here come the biggity big bing bongs. So let's get into the news. Chris, you did the honours on the news this week.
Well, yeah, as I said, there's not a huge deal. There is one biggie that we're going to speak about first.
Let's
got a few other bits and pieces as well. Will we leave that one till last?
No, let's
get it out of the way. So yeah,
I'll tell you what. You just had a little rant there, so we'll do the other stuff first because I feel like this is going to be a bit of a rant as well because I'm a little bit annoyed with the whole situation. Yeah. I mean, the situation we're talking about is the whole James Gunn sacking by Disney on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We'll get to that in a minute. It's an important bit of news in the movie film world and whatnot. So let's get to that later and let's start on a good note.
Yeah. Okay, good note. Right. Have you watched the Nathan Drake short film with Nathan Fillion?
I watched it today.
It's fucking great.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Give us that.
He's too old now.
He's not too old. You know what, Kev? I actually had my doubts about that, and I've said it on here in the past.
Yeah.
But watching that short film, I think he can fucking do it. I really do.
Where did this come from? Is it just like a fan film made by a couple of dudes?
Well, it said fan film on the YouTube's like. I'm wondering if it's maybe the same as Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool.
Maybe he's trying to do that, yeah.
Like if they get 100 million views on YouTube, then...
Because it's very polished, it's very well put together, and it's a nice little contained thing.
You've got a nice little cast in there as well.
Yeah.
Not entirely convinced about the casting of Sully.
Stephen Lang.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced about that.
Because you think of Avatar every time you see
Stephen Lang is a little bit too sinister for Sully, for me anyway. I wasn't quite sure about that, but I think Nathan Fillion did a fucking fantastic job. I think he looked great. I think that the fight scene that they did, it looked great. It looked absolutely great, and
it had like your typical Nathan Fillion like comic beats.
Yeah,
like you hit every note and all that. It was good. It was good. It was very good. I mean, I think you're right. I kind of watched it today and I was like, nah. Unless they were to make this movie in the next year with him, he's too old. He's kicking on now. That was my only doubt.
But you see, you know what? Thing is, get him in the gym. You know.
He doesn't even have to hit the gym that hard, because, I mean, Nathan Drake's not, like, the buffest character ever. Okay, he's got a bit of physique.
But he's not all, like, ripped in that. Well, some of the fan art is, but...
Yeah.
I've not liked that ever. No. I have. Anyway, so, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So...
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
What about the Tom Holland movie? Because Tom Holland signed on to play Nathan Drake.
Is he?
So how do you... Yeah. It was like a couple of weeks back now, a couple of months back. I'm sure Tom Holland's like fully signed on for that movie now.
Oh.
Even when you go on his IMDb, it's Nathan Drake.
Well, on one of the games, I think it was Uncharted 3, you got like flashbacks to like Nathan Drake when he was younger happening. Like the kind of, it was like an artifact,
right?
You know, and it kind of flashed back to when he was younger, and then sort of like the start of Indy 3 kind of thing, you know. So you could do something like that, I guess.
And then it comes back and it's Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Holland is too young to play Nathan Drake.
That was my other thing, because I was kind of like, I think Nathan Fillion's too old, and then I read that Tom Holland had been cast, and I'm like, well, no, he's too young. So it's like, how do you win that one?
Yeah,
that was my thing. But I'm sure that's a thing and that's happening. But watching that, you're right. You are right. It could work, but they'd have to do it very, very soon.
Yeah,
in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah. There has been a director officially hired for the Black Widow movie.
It's not...
Kate Shortland.
All right, I thought you were going to say Alan Ford.
No.
Thor the Dark World.
No, that's yeah. No, you covered that on the last episode. Yeah. So,
do you mean Black Widow - Red Sparrow?
No, I do not.
Still the same movie.
It bloody well is not.
Still the same movie.
It is not.
It's the same movie.
Shut up. Joaquin Phoenix has been cast as the Joker in a Joker Oranges movie.
This is total noise. Total noise. I don't get this. I really do not. Okay, I'll entertain and I'll watch a Joker Oranges movie, but DC is also pushing ahead with Jared Leto being the Joker in the DCU, which is now not the DCU anymore.
Yeah,
it's
DC World or something.
DC World, some shit like that. So I don't mind having two people playing the same character. No, it's fucking mental. Why would you release like Suicide Squad 2 or Harley and Joker or fucking whatever you're going to do with the DCEU with Jared Leto as the Joker, which I still want to see what he does. I still want, when he gets given the time to do it and when he plays an actual villain, I want to see what he does.
I would give, if they were going to give him a proper go to do his thing in the movie, then I would watch it.
I want to see what he does. I want to see what that Joker
but
is.
But Suicide Squad was not that.
No. And I'm intrigued to see what Jared Leto does. You know, I'd love to see the David Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad that actually had Jared Leto in it. You know, like all up in there, being the villain, and they cut 9/10 out of that film. But I ain't fucking interested in watching a Joaquin Phoenix Joker Oranges, and then the next month watching Suicide Squad with Jared Leto playing Joaquin Phoenix, playing the Joker. What? Why? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It makes no sense.
I mean,
I think it's purely because the diehards out there, like when David Ayer was doing Suicide Squad, and they were looking for the new Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's name was everywhere. But then again, there was a lot of names banded about. But his name, for me, I remember that being quite prevalent. I don't remember anybody actually saying Jared Leto at the time. And then they get Jared Leto, and it kind of sucks balls a little bit. I don't blame him for that. I blame the movie for that. And I don't blame David Ayer for that. I blame the studio for that.
Yeah.
But
given what we know about Justice League, I completely blame the studio.
Exactly. So you've got all that, but then it's like, because of that, we're going to make a Joker Oranges movie, and everybody's going to love it because we're going to cast the guy that they wanted in the first place. Meanwhile, Jared's going to be doing his thing over there, and it's like, no.
Did you want Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker?
I didn't want it. I still don't want it.
What was Scorsese gonna direct a DC movie, or am I making that up?
I don't remember. Maybe at one point. I think there was talk of him maybe wanting to do a DC movie at one point, at one time.
I thought he'd actually signed up for a DC movie.
Possibly.
I mean, if Scorsese was going to direct a Joker movie,
what? So it's going to be like the Joker but Casino. I got your head in the fucking vice because I'm the Joker.
Blame me.
Nah, I'm even if Scorsese was directing that movie, I'm just so not interested in that. It's sort of it reeks of, we're going to have our universe and we're going to have our standalone movies within the universe, but then we're going to have standalone movies outside the universe, and I just
maybe. Do you think there may be? Yeah, it is. This is from March and this is from June. Martin Scorsese's Joker Origins movie.
I'm still not interested.
With Todd Phillips.
Yeah, because at one point they said that that Leo was in the running to be the Joker as well, didn't he? Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a movie I would watch. Willem Dafoe as the Joker.
Yeah, have you seen the videos
I've not watched it.
It's quite good.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, we will watch it, but like
I've got to be honest with you, I've not got the slightest interest in it.
Do you think they're wanting to maybe do like a series of films for, the family, which is the DC worlds, and then a series of films that are all fucking R-rated?
Nah, they don't.
That would be stupid. That would be bloody stupid.
It screams more of they haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. Which, it seems that way. I mean, every now and then something happens and it feels like they know what they're doing now. We're going to talk about a couple of trailers in a minute. It seems like a whole new direction for the whole universe. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. But I'm not interested in a Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. Not at all.
I don't know where Joaquin Phoenix. Well, whatever.
His name's been up there for a long time because I don't know. He can get a bit crazy when he wants to. Just let Jared fucking do something.
Yeah.
Let him actually lead the movie.
Pick a horse.
Yeah. It's mad. It's like, I don't know.
Man. One more thing before we get into the James Gunn thing. I don't think this will take very long, but it's been confirmed that there is a Buffy reboot in development.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon is going to be executive producing it and developing it. I can't remember the name of the writer. I forget off the top of my head. And apparently it's going to have a black actress as Buffy. Yeah. So
as Buffy or
apparently as Buffy.
Playing Buffy.
It's a complete reboot, total reboot.
But playing Buffy.
Buffy.
Not a different
She's
character.
Going to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
If
you're going to reboot it, why not reboot it all the way?
The thing is, right, this is what people are saying online, is the way that season 7 ended is there was a fucking MacGuffin that enabled them to every potential Slayer became a Slayer.
Right.
So at the end of season 7, there were like thousands of Slayers all across the world with Slayer powers.
Okay.
So why can't you do that?
Yeah.
Why can't you pick up there? You mean you don't have to have Sarah Michelle Gellar and all the original cast, although that would be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have them in there. But pick it up from that.
So you're gonna have like a whole new Scooby gang.
So
but,
a whole new characters, whole new Scooby gang, whole new Buffy, whole new Slayer.
I don't like that. Like, give her a different name.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like a whole new. The way they ended season 7 is that every potential Slayer.
Yeah.
Because there's only ever been one Slayer at a time.
Right.
Except when there wasn't.
Except that one time.
Yeah, the one time with Faith.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's Lisa Dushka though.
Well,
So
no, bless
let
her.
her off.
Aye, bless her. Nah. Anyway, aye. So the way season 7 ended was instead of just one, they're all Slayers.
Right.
So do that.
Yeah.
Choose one of them. Choose one of them that's become a Slayer, and have Slayer shenanigans with her mates and all that crap.
But they're not doing that.
They're not doing that.
They're calling it Buffy.
They are calling it Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's a complete reboot. Nothing from the original show happened. Buffy is this new actress.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I think it's a bit of a kick in the balls to the guys who were originally involved with it.
I did see Nicholas Brendan posted on Facebook about it, like asking what people thought. I didn't see him make a comment because he's not gonna.
No,
but
he's not gonna.
I saw that he posted up the article and asked people what the thoughts were, and there was like hundreds of comments.
Oh, there will be. There will be.
But I never saw anything about him saying what he was thinking. But
you know what? That I read a few of the comments on, because it was all over the place the other day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
On the different. I mean, I shared it on ours. But some of the comments were, "Oh, Buffy's supposed to be the typical white cheerleader and all that."
See, I don't agree with that either.
What? Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Nothing to do with it.
I'm just saying, instead of having a positive female black role and retconning an old character, why not just make it a new character? Same situation, same scenario. Put it on the CW because they love all that shit, and just call it, I don't know, Scruffy. Or
Scruffy,
whatever. Just call it something else. Billy the Vampire Slayer or Johnson the Vampire Slayer. Just don't call it Buffy.
Yeah.
And we all know it's the same thing. We all know that they're doing the same thing again. But it's fine because we got a female, black, powerful lead in this TV show that is something we remember from back in the day, but it's something different as well.
It's updated.
It's kind of like what Marvel were doing for a while. They were just retconning their male characters into female characters. What is the fucking point in that?
Yeah.
You don't accomplish anything there. If anything, you're destroying it. You're kind of taking away the legacy, but you're also taking away the whole, like a woman can do this as well, but only if she's the same skill set or bollocks like that. Just don't retcon the character.
But you're also... You're pissing people off.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Because Buffy has got a huge, passionate fan base.
Yeah.
Who you want to milk that fan base.
And you'd hope they'd
that,
come back. Yeah.
You want that fan base involved with your project when it originally becomes a thing. Why would you want to piss them off by saying we're rebooting this? And Sarah Michelle Gellar, Joss Whedon,
and Joss is like 100% behind it.
He's involved with that, yeah. He's not writing it.
He ain't got shit all else on. So.
No, he does. He does. He is doing a show with HBO apparently.
Ooh. What?
I don't know what. I don't know. No. I don't know what the project is, but he is developing a show with HBO.
Oh, good for him.
I wouldn't be against a series with a new Slayer.
Yeah.
But rebooting it is a bad idea.
Yeah. It's mental. Like, give it a different name. Like, if you're going to do a reboot, do a hard reboot. Make it completely different. Make it its own thing, and we can crack on. I mean, look at Sinequa Martin. We fucking love her in Star Trek Discovery. That's a character that they made up. They didn't just pull her out of nowhere. Like they didn't. Well, they did kind of pull her out of nowhere, but they didn't say, "Oh, let's take Kirk, make him black, and a woman, and she runs the ship."
It's the same kind of thing as Ghostbusters 2016, where they're not developing really new characters. They're just saying, "Okay, well, it's the Ghostbusters, but it's women now."
Yeah. And they were all
the same kind
they
of...
were all kind of related to the originals.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them,
like,
but
cameo-wise they were, but... you know, they're not... I mean, we said at the time, like, do your Ghostbusters film... Like, okay, so it's however many decades after Ghostbusters 2 or whatever, and it's a new team.
Aye. And,
you know, obviously cast Eliza Dushku.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. And... but, doing a complete and total reboot is a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that.
So, the biggie.
Yeah, let's before we do, right?
On you go then.
Before we do, tiny little bit of news. Kevin Smith, the retired director that is, although he still does like his CW shows, does the Flash and Arrow and every now and then. He is later this year apparently shooting his long-fabled Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back 2 movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big fucking 7 tons of meh on this. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all.
I'm not interested. The only thing that did pique my interest for a second was 3 cast members from The Flash. Obviously, Grant Gustin's going to be in it. Carlos Valdez is going to be in it. You know Carlos Valdez. I can't remember what role does he play? Cisco? All
right.
And Wells, the guy in the wheelchair. Right. Those 3 are going to be in it. Still meh.
Brilliant.
Like, not even remotely interested about seeing a Jane Silent Bob 2 movie. It's about 20 years too late.
That's the best you could get.
Obviously, it'll be chock full of cameos, and Kevin Smith can get whoever he wants to be in it nowadays. But I'm just, like, not even remotely interested about that film. But yeah, let's crack on with the James Gunn news.
Yeah, so if anybody hasn't heard... James Gunn has been fired by Disney. He is no longer a part of the MCU because of tweets that have surfaced somehow from, what was it, 2012?
2008.
Or is it further back than that, right?
2008 through to 2012. Right.
So tweets in which he made a bunch of sick-ass jokes on the Twitters. Jokes about rape and jokes about paedophilia stuff and all that, you know, that kind of thing. So these have come to light and Disney have given him the hoy.
Before we talk about sort of like our main feeling or whatever, or anything like that, what do you think about Disney's reaction? Like,
personally, I think that they were right to do it.
Yeah. I'm with you. And I do have a little bit of a problem with the reaction, and we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I'm completely with you there. Like, and I see a lot of people defending him, saying that, like Bob said on our Facebook post, but it was 10 years ago. I'd hate to be judged for something I did 10 years ago. But I mean, the thing for me there, and Bob's right. He's right. It's a valid thing to say.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it was 10 years ago. Yeah. 10 years ago plus that he wrote them, but the point is that he wrote them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in like a private chat.
No.
Or, you know, as I said in that group chat. The message thread. We've all made fucked up jokes. Yeah. Christ, at the opening of this episode, I told you about a Holocaust joke that I nearly made.
Yeah.
We've all done that. We've all had a few drinks. We've all made fucking jokes. Christ, like 2 of my favourite comedians is fucking Frankie Boyle and Jim Jeffries, for Christ's sake. The Jim Jeffries thing that me and Paul saw live, he made jokes about aborted fetuses in heaven. Christ on a bike. We all make fucked up jokes.
Yep.
We are all a little bit sick in the head, otherwise we wouldn't be mates. But the point is, we do that in our own group.
Yeah, you do it as banter with
people who are not going to take offence.
Yeah.
We don't do that shit on fucking Facebook, on bloody Twitter, where it's not just you and your mates having a joke that no one's going to take offence to. It's fucking out there.
Yeah.
It's out there for everyone to see 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid thing to do.
It's
people,
mental.
You know, you see these fucking things all the time that footballers have made a joke and about another playing being gay or whatever. And you know what? That's a joke that we say to each other.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. You know, when we've had a few drinks and we get a case of I love you mans,
Yeah.
which happens a lot. To be fair, it does.
Mostly from you.
Let's not go nuts. But yeah, what we don't do is go on Facebook and go, "Oh, Kev, you massive poof."
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like we've been doing this podcast for 3.5 years, 3 years.
No, you just say you massive poo.
But we've been doing this podcast for about 3 years now, and yes, we make close to the cuff jokes. We make the odd joke that is maybe a little bit too far. If I think it's too far and I don't want people to hear it, because I don't know, maybe Disney's going to pick us up in 5-10 years. Not going to happen, but you know, you never know where your life's going to lead you. He was already in a position as a director. Fair enough, not a big time director. He'd made films like Slither and other sort of films that mostly got unnoticed, or they were cult favourites, or you know. But he was on his way up. His star was on the rise,
and he was becoming a public figure.
And he has to know that I'm in this public domain. I maybe need to watch what I'm saying. Maybe cracking a joke about shagging a little boy while watching Expendables isn't the best thing to write on Twitter. Maybe, I don't know. I probably would have said it, but then again, I'm not James Gunn.
But that's the thing. That's stuff that we would probably have fucking said if we'd had a few beers and like we were.
Yeah, but I ain't put it on Twitter.
We were being offensive. And
I'm put it on Twitter because straight away I'm a massive paedophile. And I'm not branding James Gunn a paedophile. That's not what I'm doing.
No,
because
at the end of the day, it was a joke.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking stupid thing to do.
And the thing is, you keep seeing Dave Bautista's come out. His brother Sean Gunn's came out. Michael Rooker's come out. They're all coming out and they're all saying he's a gentle, kind, caring guy. And I wholeheartedly believe that he is.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, on special features when he's behind the set, behind the scenes and all this. I've seen him in interviews, and he does strike me as a genuinely awesome, nice bloke.
I don't dispute that for a second.
And one of the things that he put in his apology tweet, because he did like a big apology tweet, was that at that point in his life, he was trying to be provocative or a provocateur. And it's like yeah, okay, I kind of get that, but don't expect to get to the level that you're at doing that shit. That shit's going to come back to haunt you every day of the week. And he fucked up.
And, you know, the thing is, Disney is a family company, got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of families coming to see their MCU movies all across the world.
Yeah.
All over the fucking world. And they have to be seen to be reacting to this.
Yeah.
Whether people think it's an overrated response or not, I don't think it is. He fucked up.
I think they're dead right on this.
Yeah.
They are dead right to this. Personally, I'd like to think it's not going to destroy his career. I don't think it will destroy his career.
Hopefully not. But
I think he's still got a pretty big career ahead of him.
I think he needs to take some time away. And
Yeah.
I think he needs to let it disappear. But whether it was a joke or not, whether he's the nicest person on the planet or not,
which he comes across that way, and that's all fine. But
it's just a massive, massive display of lack of common sense.
Yeah.
That he put them online, and it was a really stupid fucking thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. I'm completely with you there, and we're not. I mean, I guess we are in a way chastising the guy for what he's done. I get it. People grow, people change, and he obviously has changed over the years. But at the end of the day, that shit it's always coming back, and it's just it's mental. Even for me, like I was sitting thinking about it, like the next day, because I had a bit of a knee jerk reaction. I'm like, what a fucking prick! Like, why?
Well, I think I did as well, because I shared it to our page, and then you messaged me not long after that, I think, saying,
Yeah.
have you read the things? And he sent me a screenshot of it. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad reading. And I don't care if you're trying to be provocative, if that's the kind of director you want to be, but you've then led a life that has taken you right into the MCU. It's taken you right to the top of the mountain, basically. You're working for Disney. Yeah. Your movies are the most well-regarded movies of the MCU. People love what you're doing.
That's it, isn't it? I mean, we said one of the things that we agreed on with Infinity War was that as soon as the Guardians came on screen, because that section was written by him, as soon as the Guardians arrived on screen, it was like Guardians. It feels like Guardians. They're talking like the Guardians because you said you'd read that the directors of the movies had to bring him in because it didn't feel right.
They just weren't gelling with it.
So it is a bloody shame.
That's a huge loss.
I don't really know where Guardians of the Galaxy 3 goes from there, especially because they're all dead, really. We'll not go down that Vietnam, but yeah, it is a shame, but he fucked up at the end of the day. And
personally, right, this is what you do with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 right now. You don't delay it, don't do any of that, keep it going, bring in a new director, bring in Taika Waititi.
Ooh, I like that.
I think he's probably the only director of the MCU.
Only forget Korg.
Yeah, Korg's got to be in it as well. Plus, a lot of those scenes had Thor in them as well.
Yeah.
So, bring Taika over.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already replacing James Gunn because he ain't coming back. Like Disney's not gonna buckle on this one. But this is what I was saying before as well. Though.
The thing is, they can't back down.
Oh, they can't now
because it's done, and they'll have all the bloody parents for justice groups and all that shite.
They'll be popping up,
gunning for them.
Mm-hmm. That was my boy in the cinema watching Expendables with him. Ew.
Jesus. All right.
Hey, he wrote it, not me. I didn't write that shit. He wrote that shit. But yeah. However, this raises a bit of another debate. Like, there's a huge debate going on. Like, did Disney overreact? Have they done the right thing? Which I think we both agree that they've done the right thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is exactly what they should have done. But the other debate that has come round, and it came around more at San Diego Comic-Con a little bit because there was a little bit of crossover here. They've sacked James Gunn for tweets that he made. Mm-hmm. However, Disney, people are saying, are perfectly happy to keep Johnny Depp on the payroll for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies when he has been accused of allegedly assaulting that woman.
Oh, right.
Who, like... I think it's still alleged at this point. I don't think it's actually being confirmed. But supposedly he beat that woman, and there was pictures of her with her face all battered and stuff. And I don't remember the full ins and outs of the story, but they're now saying, well, how can they sack him for making tweets? Albeit my answer to that is he was joking about being a paedophile. Not funny. But, like... They're saying, how can they sack him for tweets he made while they'll keep Johnny Depp on the payroll for allegedly beating some woman?
Well, the big word there is alleged.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
He's convicted in a court of law.
Yeah.
And found guilty of assault or whatever. Then he should be sacked from his job with Disney.
I don't think he's. I might be wrong, but I don't think he's actually been convicted of anything on that count. It's still just alleged at the moment.
Well, that's going about, isn't it?
But it was alleged enough that Amber Heard, who was his wife at the time, finished it and did away with it.
So he didn't beat her up?
I don't think he beat her up, no.
So she finished with him because of some other woman saying he beat me up?
Yeah.
Wow, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong there. Okay. Don't 100% quote me on that, but it's I think it's there or thereabouts. Oh. But then, of course, Warner Brothers, they did a nice faux pas, as you might call it, at San Diego Comic-Con, because we'll be talking about the trailers in a second, but you know how they had all the panels?
Yeah.
They had a Fantastic Beasts 2 panel with Ezra dressed as Toadette. Why not? But Johnny
From Mario?
Yep, from Mario.
Okay.
He was cosplaying to the nines. And
bless him, he's awesome.
He is awesome.
Little nerd.
He is. And Johnny Depp came out as Grindelwald, onto the stage, and he did like a whole monologue thing as Grindelwald in character. Apparently he did really good, and it all looked all awesome and all that. And then Fantastic Beasts went off stage, and then the Aquaman panel started because it was the Warner Brothers. So it's like Johnny Depp's just been on stage, and then his ex-wife comes on stage who left him for allegedly battering some woman, and it was like, awkward. You'd have to think Warner Brothers thought about that, though, eh? Or maybe they just thought, this will be cool, this will get people talking.
Fuck knows with Warner
Or maybe they thought, you know what? They're not together anymore, why should it bother us?
I think probably... I would hope it was that, to be honest with you.
But the whole James Gunn thing, personally, I think you and I agree.
Yeah.
It's 100% warranted. Yes, he's a changed man. Yes, Bob, I know you said about 10 years changing people. You're 100% right. But he's in that situation. He's in that life. And that was a stupid fucking thing to say. I'm an idiot. I write stupid things on Facebook all the time.
No, you do.
I write stupid things on Twitter all the time. But I don't talk about having sex with some little boy in the cinema.
And yeah,
that to me.
Who makes that joke? I mean, as I said, we've made some fucked up jokes.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like to think we have some class. We stick to the Holocaust mostly.
Yeah.
Who jokes about raping a fucking 3-year-old boy?
Well, I don't think it was a 3-year-old, but close enough.
Didn't you say it was 3-year-old?
I don't think it was 3. He just said like some little pussy ass boy.
All right. Okay. But who does that? Who makes that joke?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if we were on a night out and somebody made a joke about that shit, you'd be kind of, you're that guy.
You'd be Peter Griffin laughing, like just like nervously. Get out my sight, you fucking weirdo. I make off color jokes when I'm drunk, but I know there's a line, and I know who I'm talking to.
Yes, that's the thing.
I know my audience.
That's the thing, is you know who you're talking to.
He put it out there, not in front of an audience. He put it out there
for the entire world to see.
And that, for me, you deserve to lose your job for that. Personally, I don't think it's going to kill his career. I think it's going to take a bit of coming back. But, like you say, take a little time out, come back in a couple of years, drop some amazing movie on us, and then we'll all forgive you.
Yeah, if you want to come on Indie Talk.
Yeah, well, we'll probably get him now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably will do.
I'll tweet him.
Tweet him. Aye. Tweet him. Yep. Get him on Indie Talk.
Do you think he's still on Twitter, or do you think he's come off Twitter?
I think I'd probably come off... Well, I'm barely on Twitter anyway, but yeah.
Right, so what else has been going on? Let's talk about some trailers?
Yeah, let's talk trailers.
Cool, man. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Well, okay, so the big one that both got us going, Aquaman.
Aquaman, yeah.
How awesome is this? It looks damn good.
It does look amazing.
I was a little bit worried at the start because there was a shot of like a single shark that turned round and it looked like something out of bloody Deep Blue Sea. I was a little bit worried by that. I thought, oh, fuck. That doesn't look great.
Thing is, this movie is going to be, I reckon, 60% underwater.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, probably more.
So this is going to be an incredibly hard movie.
Yeah. To
get right. So I'm kind of. It might sound like I'm DC biased. I am DC biased. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, the Marvel movies, the DC movies, right now, my fatigue is kicking in. But if there's any movie coming out in the next 2 years, DC, Marvel, for me, I can't wait to see Aquaman. I can't wait till Wonder Woman 84 comes out. I can't wait for all that shit. I look at the Marvel slate and I'm like, I ain't really that bothered about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I can't really see me being that bothered about Captain Marvel, if I'm honest. But I'm kind of like...
Avengers 4, though.
Avengers 4, yeah. Like,
got to.
Part 2.
You've got to see how how they deal with all those deaths.
Really? I don't think they are going to deal with them. I'm thinking
they're all dead.
I think they're all just going to walking out the shower and it was all a dream.
Oh. They'll
all just come walking out the shower one by one.
But all of them?
Hopefully.
At the same time?
Bloody big shower. But yeah, I am DC biased, so this maybe feels to some people that I am willing to let the shit go. But I know it's going to be hard to do this film, so I'm willing to let some shoddy CG get through.
Well, the thing is,
I'm hoping it's not going to be shoddy.
That was one shot in a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
that lasted a fraction of a second, and I thought, oh, that looks like shite.
Yeah.
But it actually picked up its game.
Oh, 100%.
I think the next shot after that, where he's a kid and he's like pushed against the glass in the aquarium,
And they were all behind him.
and they're all behind
Yeah.
him. And doesn't the shark like go? Pfft?
Yeah.
Aye, that looked fucking great.
It did.
So although there was a fraction of a second shot,
Yeah.
I'm not like some arseholes on the internet that'll go, this movie looks terrible, fuck you, Warner Brothers, Mom, get over here.
It's going to be Green Lantern. What the fuck? Where did that come
Piss
from?
off.
Where did that actually come from? Let's hope this doesn't come out like Green Lantern. What are you on about?
Who said that?
Everybody's saying that.
People are saying that.
I've seen a lot of people write
Because
that.
it's going to be CGI heavy.
And I'm saying that like, what are you talking
Shut
about?
the fuck up. Yeah, that shot looked amazing. The shots of the great whites all like lining up later on, that looked awesome, and I can't wait.
Black Manta looks cool as balls.
Yes.
Black Manta looks great.
Yes.
I think everything looked great in it. Amber Heard threw me off a little bit in the trailer compared
Was
to
that the redhead one?
Yeah, compared to what we saw in Justice League, where she looked dynamite. This one kind of threw me off a tad. I was like, she doesn't look as awesomely stunning as she did in Justice League.
Table sex ass.
Probably. But I mean, I'm already at the point where I'm willing to let a little bit of shitty CGI get through. Mm-hmm. I think this movie's going to be the absolute fucking balls.
Yeah, I agree.
In the trailer,
December 21st, isn't it?
Yeah, in the trailer when he dropped down into the submarine and he was kind of like, permission to come aboard.
Yeah,
I was kind of, oh man, I wish I was
Wasn't
Jason
there a bit
Momoa.
where he was lifting the submarine up out of the water?
Yeah,
Did you just chisel it?
a little bit. I just filled the cup. But yeah, it's Jason Momoa, man. Anybody in the world can play pretty much any character. There's like maybe 4 or 5 characters that we know of that nobody else could play them. And I'm there with Jason Momoa and Aquaman. I think he's just
He was
amazing.
probably the... This is a difficult thing to say, but he was probably the only decent thing about Justice League.
He was great in Justice League.
I quite liked Ezra Miller
Ezra's great as well.
because his entire dialogue in Justice League was Joss Whedon.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it was like something out of Buffy.
Yeah, it was written, torn up, and then rewritten by Joss Whedon.
Yeah. As you said to me about a year ago, it's like your short film's a conversation with yourself. Remember?
All right, yeah.
Aye.
Oh, you remembered that?
I remember that. I remember
I must
all
have read it at some point.
I remember. Arsehole. Anyway, aye. So, yeah, Aquaman
Yeah,
looks bloody good.
it does look brilliant.
What have we got next?
You know what? Let's stick on DC. Let's get some DC stuff out of the way. So, did you watch the Arrow trailer?
No, I
For
didn't.
season
I didn't
7.
because I haven't watched it in over a year. So
I haven't watched it since probably season 5, but I kind of wish I had been because this
Right.
series looks amazing.
because he's in jail or something.
Yeah, he's in like a supermax prison with like all the other villains that he's caught over the years.
Right.
So you got like some returning villains. And I was kind of watching the trailer. I was like, oh man, I wish I still watched Arrow. Not gonna though. I'm not going back to it. I just thought the trailer looked great. Stephen Amell is ripped.
Is that what it was?
Fucking ripped.
That's what it was.
Oh, aye.
You just
I did
saw
have
his
a
abs.
I had a semi chub.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
I believe you.
The other DC TV show, Titans,
Yeah, this looks bloody good.
does looks nice and
Yeah.
nice and dark, nice and grim, nice and gritty. I like my DC dark, grim, and gritty.
I know
so
you do. I
that's
know
you
you
know,
do.
tick 3 boxes right there.
What are you going to do with the next thing we're going to talk about then?
Oh well, we'll get there. We will get there. But I mean, the big thing coming out of that trailer is that Robin says "fuck Batman,"
I know.
and everybody in the whole fucking Hall H or Hall whatever went. That must have been a collective
Or
gasp.
as I said to you earlier, oh no, you didn't.
Do you think that would have been a collective moment where everybody was like, whoa, the fuck?
Shit.
Although it's America, so they'll be like, yeah, fuck Batman!
No, it's probably like, OMG.
No.
No.
It pains me, but that's probably true. But yeah, that also looks really good. Raven looks class. Beast Boy looks really good. Siren looks great. And I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a go.
Oh, I'll give that a go. After just, you had me at fuck Batman.
It's just the way, like, where's Batman? Fuck Batman. But yeah, I'm all good with that. So, the last DC trailer that everyone's talking about is Shazam.
Shazam.
What did you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I will see it. I really don't know what to think. I know shit all about Shazam for a start. I know absolutely nothing about Shazam. The LED lightning thing is a little weird.
Mm.
I think the humour in it is, again, Joss Whedon-y as fuck.
Yeah. Not very DC, is it?
It's like DC meets Big.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was the little boy who turned into a fully
Neither
grown
did I.
man. That was weird.
Yeah.
Like when he went Shazam and then he changed, I was like, the fuck just happened there? I was sitting watching this trailer like, huh? So that's how that works. It's an interesting power.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know. It looked trippy as balls.
Mm.
Yeah.
To me, and this isn't a complaint before you tear me down or whatever, this isn't a complaint, but it does feel like DC's version of a Marvel movie.
Oh, there you go, that's pish.
Like, I was watching the trailer and I was strangely drawn to it, and I was strangely like, this looks so much fucking fun. I was like, this looks like we're going to be giggling, we're going to be watching a DC movie and giggling.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, hopefully, The Rock's going to have to come in and tear the laughter apart.
Well, apparently The Rock is not in this
He
one.
must be.
Because it's Mark Strong's the big bad.
Oh, I did see him in the trailer. I
yeah.
did see him, yeah.
So, right, I watched an Angry Joe video about Shazam.
Right, okay. About the trailer or?
About, well, the trailer and a little bit about the character,
okay,
right?
Okay.
So, you know the old guy who gives him the power?
Yeah.
Apparently, he'd tried to give someone the power before, and that is Black Adam.
Right.
So that's how the Rock is going to come into it, but not necessarily in this movie. Maybe
I think he will.
Just maybe it could be like an after credit scene. That
I think they're saving that reveal for like the third trailer.
No, don't show us him.
I think they will. I think we'll get the second trailer will be, because this one's very much like a lot of comedy, a lot of I'm trying to learn my powers. I'm trying to figure out who Shazam is.
I did like the bit where he flew up and then
that was cool.
fell on his arse. That was
cool.
good.
And I think the next trailer will be a little bit more of Shazam, a little bit of action, some fight scenes, maybe whatnot, showing him using his powers properly. And then I think the third trailer they'll drop Black Adam in there, and The Rock will be like, "I'm the Rock, motherfucker," or whatever.
Exactly like that.
Probably.
Yep.
Oh, I just love The Rock. I'm going to be devastated if he's not in that movie.
I wouldn't expect him in the main movie. I really wouldn't.
I'm sorry, but
I think all you're going to get is a post-credit scene.
I'm already expecting it.
Well, you're wrong. So,
any other trailers that piqued your interest?
Did you watch Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald?
I did. Ruby's going to love it.
I am actually interested.
It looked way better than the last movie.
I thought the first Fantastic Beasts movie is a bag of shite. I hated it. I fucking hated it.
I don't like him. Eddie Redmayne.
No.
Like, as that character, I'm not a big fan of him. To be fair, I'm not a big fan of most Eddie Redmayne stuff, but I just don't like him in that role.
I think it looks interesting. I think that it actually looks like we're going to get some, fighting, like, and all that.
And wands.
And wands.
Because we didn't get wands in the last one, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Until the end.
Yeah, there was wands.
Was there wands?
Yeah.
We didn't get any Hogwarts, though, did we?
No, there was no Hogwarts.
Looks like we're getting a lot of Hogwarts. Getting a lot of Hogwarts this time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about fucking Harry Potter. Man.
I'm interested in it. I think that the last movie sucked, and I think it's got potential.
Ruby really thinks it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it for her.
Bless you.
I'm not big on it though. Like, I'm not a big Harry Potter fan.
I know.
I've seen them all, but I'm not that fussed.
Yeah.
I saw the last 5 in the cinema.
What was the other thing? What else came out? There was another one that came out that will interest you not at all. Like, not even a little bit.
Go on, then.
It's got Margot Robbie in it.
Yeah, you're right.
and it's Mary Queen of Scots.
Oh, I've seen something about this. Not interested.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't be interested. I think it looks all right.
Go for it.
Fine, I will.
Who else is in that?
Thingy. I'm not. Fucking hell.
That was really good.
I've got no idea how to pronounce her name. Hold on a minute. All right.
It's Marvel.
Oh, a bit of breaking news. Robert De Niro in talks to join Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker movie.
Not bothered.
Okay then. I can't think of any other trailers that were released that I've watched. Can you think of any others?
I've got two. I've got two more. One of them is I thought Aquaman was going to steal San Diego for me. And Aquaman did steal San Diego for me until I saw this one. But we'll get to that in a second. The first one is the Star Trek Discovery Season 2 trailer.
Ooh, I've not watched that. I didn't actually see that.
Oh, shit.
Bugger.
I don't know if it's Kirk or if it's the guy that Kirk replaced. Is it Pike?
Is it Pike? Christopher Pike?
I think it might be Pike.
Right.
He's in it a lot, in the trailer a lot, like running around with her and kind of thing. And they tease a little bit of Spock.
Ooh.
But they don't show him, they just tease him.
Is it Zachary Quinto?
No. You don't see anyone, they just tease it.
Okay.
But, I mean, I love that first series. I can't wait for this second series. And it looks like we're getting a whole bunch more fun.
Shit. Tell you what, pause that there now.
Yeah, so Discovery.
That looks bloody good. That really does.
Honestly, man, I can't wait. Like, I couldn't wait anyway. But this is like, it just looks like a lot of Christmases coming at one time.
Nah, bless.
It does look great. The other trailer, as I just told you, that I thought was great, and you just said that you didn't really get it, was Godzilla 2.
It's alright.
I think it looks great. I can't wait to see it. You know, like, they've got all the kaijus in there. Like, everything's in there.
Whatever.
Like, all the big free-headed snaky beast.
Brilliant.
Fine, fuck you.
I really don't care.
No?
No.
I thought you might have...
I thought they were doing King Kong versus Godzilla next.
Well, I assumed King Kong was going to be in the new Godzilla, but there's no real hint of that.
Right.
They put everyone else in the trailer.
Yeah.
Including
I've
11.
never really been a big Godzilla fan, to be honest with you. No.
Oh, I love me some Godzilla.
Do you? Bless you.
Gojira.
Stop doing that, especially with your eyes.
Shut up.
Your eyes went... Never mind. Yeah, I suppose. It's alright, I suppose.
Okay, then.
Meh.
So that was San Diego Comic-Con. Obviously, there was like a ton more things going on. Did you see, you know how Marvel don't go to San Diego anymore? Because they have D23. Did you see they had a grief counselling box? So they were actually there, but like it was just like a platform. It was like a big room you could go into, and you could get some grief counselling after the last Avengers movie.
It's class, I love it.
It is pretty cool. Yeah. And if you went in and you talked to them on all this, you got to see a deleted scene from the movie, and they sort of like counselled you.
That's awesome.
And there was like nice pictures of like memories and stuff like that from the old movies and stuff like that. Obviously just played on the fact that they tried to destroy everyone's souls in that last movie. It is pretty cool. I did find it quite humorous when I watched it. I was like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep.
There was a Venom panel. We've got some more Venom.
Right.
It's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive trailer. I don't think we're going to get it for a couple of weeks. But there's some extra stuff in there. A lot of people saying that Venom's looking great. Like, not the film, but like, well, the film as well. But they're saying that the actual Venom creature looks fantastic. Apparently you get like a full body shot of him at one point.
Okay.
And they're saying it looks exactly like the comic books, and they can't wait to see it.
Okay.
A lot of positive things coming out about Venom.
Yeah, obviously I'll give it a shot. It's Tom Hardy. I'll give it a shot.
It's Tom Hardy and it's Pascal Pictures. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as soon as you see that Pascal Pictures come up, you know you're in for a treat.
Right before the Marvel logo.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Still think that's brilliant. Like, let's get the important one up there first. Pascal bloody Pictures. So, you want to move on, or you got anything else?
No, that's me.
Let's move on. And what do you want to do next?
Let's talk about what we've been watching.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll tell you what, let's do Just the Pilot first of all.
Okay, let's do that instead.
Because the Just the Pilot was SEAL Team.
SEAL Team.
Yeah.
So I'll play a cheeky little promo and then we'll do
In 2018, crack weatherman was sent to prison by a military court for a crime he did commit, fare dodging. This man promptly escaped on the London Underground. Today, still wanted by the bar managers of London for unpaid tax. He survives as a weatherman of podcast fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find him, maybe you can hire Hurricane Toby. This is Weatherman Toby bringing you your weekly, bi-weekly, however often this podcast comes out, weather forecast. Shush, Martina. That's Martina, the stand-in weatherwoman. Bernadette is back in East London, being trendy, partying with famous people. Speaking of famous people, I went to see the About Town musical today, and motherfucking Meatloaf was in the audience. He said he's a big fan of the podcast. The weather is, Martina, what's the weather like?
It's too hot. I'm really sweaty.
It is too fucking hot. Oh, what?
Has it been like that a long time, or is it a new thing that London being this hot?
It's always like this. This is a land of hope and glory.
Oh, wow.
Martina is of indecipherable ethnic origin. She first claimed to be Irish, then Central Europe. She claims she doesn't know where she's from, possibly like an X-Man or some other sort of superhero.
An alien.
Yeah, she's an alien. Don't tell Trump. Right, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so next week is Stairs filming is beginning, so I'm going to try and get a podcast exclusive, like a set visit with the cast from that. Bentley, Schnitzler, all your fave babes. Martina, have you got any projects coming up you want to promote or anything?
Not right now, no. I've been auditioning a lot, so hopefully something's gonna work out. Yeah. What's the thing you're doing next week?
It's called Stairs. I've been describing it as a supernatural horror thriller action. Not sci-fi, the last one was sci-fi. So it's a mixed genre, it's a blend of genres. I'm playing a soldier. I've cut my hair, everyone. I've cut my hair. It's so exciting if you're my mother. That's about it, really. Don't laugh at me. All the weather women laugh at me. Even Bernadette laughs at me, and now Martina's laughing at me. Anyway, hey, check out Martina's CV or something. Anything she's in. Martina
Babishova.
That's exactly what I said. Right, yes. Anyway, so the weather forecast is very hot. I love Meatloaf, and yeah, cool. Love you all. Kevin and Chris, back to you.
Do you have a lighter?
Bye.
SEAL team.
Yeah. So how did you get on?
Yeah.
It was alright, I suppose.
You know what, man? There's a lot of TV shows like this.
It's a bit of a bland, procedural. I just wanted to be watching The Unit, to be honest.
Yep. I haven't seen The Unit, but I've heard that The Unit would be a
is
better
great.
one to watch.
And, you know, I like a bit of David Bourne in it. Mm-hmm. But I was watching the pilot and I just thought, oh, fuck you, you're not Dennis Haysbert.
Michael Rooker was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle Dessler was in there.
Was she?
From 24. She was the psychiatrist that he was talking to.
Right. I kind of mind that.
Interestingly enough, when you go on IMDb, she's only in that one episode.
Oh, right.
So don't get too attached.
Big part.
But I saw her and I was like, oh shit, Michelle Dessler. This might have legs. No, it didn't. I liked his mate. You know, his best friend on the team, like the Spanish guy, Latino guy.
Oh yeah, because he was in The Unit.
Was he in The Unit?
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Angel was shit. I really just could not be bothered with him.
Yeah, it's just a bit. Yeah.
There's just too many shows like this. Like you say, you've got The Unit. I to a lesser degree, you had kind of like your Band of Brothers and your Pacific, you know, where they take a war situation.
Yeah,
and a small
although
group
Band of Brothers
characters.
and the Pacific have actual character development and stories.
And you had that one I really liked over there about the Afghanistan war, which was fucking
Generation Kill.
Generation Kill. You got all these types of things that did this show way better.
Yeah.
Fair enough, it's only the pilot, but the one thing that really put me off when I went to watch it was that it was episode 1 of 23.
Oh, they need to stop doing
Yeah,
that.
I was sat there and I was like, there is no fucking way, even if this is the best pilot ever, I'm going to sit through 20 episodes of this.
That format is dead, man. They need to stop doing it.
It's long gone. But Sky One seems to be holding on to it.
But like, like Blue Bloods, which I've stopped watching. Chicago Fire, which I suddenly stopped watching mid-season. They need to stop doing that 23-episode format.
Blue Bloods would be amazing if it was just 12 episodes a season.
Yeah.
It would be so much better. And have an overarching thing. Like an actual
that's what they
overarching
need to
thing.
do with Blue Bloods but that's a different show.
Yeah,
because a procedural is you start where you finished, you finish where you started. Even.
Yeah.
So you start it, a bunch of shit happens, and then you finish it, like Friends. Like
Yeah. I mean, it had some decent stuff in there. Some of the war actiony stuff when they were going on a mission was pretty decent, but like you say, zero character development.
Yeah.
The only one you really got to know was him, and I didn't really care about his character. I've seen better shows do this. That one that I told you, I said on the last episode, it was called SEAL Team 6. It's not called SEAL Team 6. It's called 6. And it's about SEAL Team 6. You know, the guys
I remember that you told me about
with
that.
Walton Goggins in it. That show is amazing. And what that show does in the first episode, I don't think this show could do in a whole series. Like, to be honest, it just doesn't fit. So, yeah.
Right.
Sky One pish.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it again.
I'm not going to.
Yeah,
and like I say, the thing that put me off the most was 1 of 23. It's like, I ain't doing that. Not nowadays.
Let me have a look here on about Netflix, July 2018. Let me see if I can get. Oh, fuck off with your bloody update.
Was that guy actually in the unit as well?
The Spanish, Hispanic fella, yeah.
He's great. I've seen him in a lot of different things. I really like him.
This is clearly the US Netflix, which is upsetting.
What about did you ever watch The Expanse? No, Colony. Did you ever watch Colony?
Colony?
Yeah, with him out of Lost.
No.
Do Colony.
No, right. Is that Harvard Prison Break?
Yep.
Okay, we'll watch that then. So we're going to watch Colony.
Yep. It's got Sawyer from Lost, and I think Sarah Tancredi from Prison Break.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. We'll give that a go. I keep going past it on my travels on Netflix.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to give it a go, so let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
What's the worst that could happen?
I
He did have another show called Intelligence, but it got cancelled.
think I watched that.
Yeah, it got cancelled.
Yeah.
It was a shame because it was actually better than SEAL Team,
Blimey.
which isn't saying much. So, what do you want to go on to
Let's
next,
go on
Chris?
to what we've been watching, will we?
Alright, let's cheeky promo. What have you been watching?
Yeah, sorry, forgot. Got to do some shout-outs. I'm back in East London now. Bernadette, why have you got that gun? Well, I prefer it to the AK-47. Oh my God, we're being shot at. What's going on? Don't worry, Toby, I'll sort it out. Jesus Christ. Fucking East London. I blame the age of austerity and climate change accounts for the jungle. And Jesus Christ, is that it? It's okay, Toby. I'm dealing with it. Well, welcome to East London, everyone. Climate change and Theresa May have a fucking hell. God, got to do this podcast quickly. Shout outs. My beloved Lee, pirate, Apsy, Lion Rider, the Beard, Lee Apsy is in CSI, Crime Scene Improvisation in Edinburgh, if anyone's going to Edinburgh. Oh God, I don't want to die. 3:35 Underbelly, Bristow Square. It's selling out, so get your tickets quickly. Oh my God. Kerry Fitzgerald is in Lost in Thought, not Lost in Time, which is a great TV show. My God, Not the film, though. That was rubbish. Good costumes, though. I really want that one that the alien had. 640, Underbelly, Cowgate. Shout out to Chris Johnson, who was the lead antagonist in Black Site. What a lad. Great fucking film. You might know him from, gangster and thug-like things, but he has turned a new page in his career, and he is a fucking great actor. And I think you're going to see a lot more of him playing these cool roles, villains, heroes, whatever the fuck he wants, man. He's totally versatile. Shout out to Remy Shaw, the lad, and his brother Aaron Shaw, who, as you all know from last episode, I think, is launching Gold Apparel, the clothing brand. So keep an eye out for Aaron Shaw. Jesus. Could you keep it down out there? Thank you. Blaine Neal, my younger casting type, he is doing a lot of good stuff at the moment. He's got a role on Doctors, which is out soon in September, I believe, and he's doing loads of oh god, he's like, shut up. Right, great. Bernadette, can you just keep a handle on those? Thank you. All right, brilliant. Whew. And two more shouts. Daryl Foster, my housemate. Oh god, look, I'm just going to play some trendy East London music to drown out this fucking war that's going on. Right, that's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. Right, Daryl Foster, my housemate at the trendy East London warehouse, Bishop's House. This is much nicer. He's just got a roll on Standers. Oh, that's bombs. There's mortars. God. And loads of other stuff. Daryl Foster, you're a lad. Final shout out, the man himself who I met in Galway Film Festival, directs his debut feature film, Lucid. He managed to get the lad himself, Billy Zane, in it. In his first feature, my God. And it's a great film. So if you get a chance, Lucid. It will be hitting the festivals, more festivals this year, and then screens. I have no doubt a big old silver screen soon enough. Right. That's my chopper. I'm out of here. Bernadette, you coming? No? What are you talking about? I like it here. I'm getting a lovely tan. It's lovely. All right, Bernadette, I love you. Hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Watching, Chris.
Hold on.
I'll let you start.
Well, I've not... Right. Thing is, I've been addicted like a son of a bitch to Power.
Ooh.
So I've
not a bad thing.
really watched a great deal of TV shows. And when I've not been watching Power, I've been playing Jurassic World Evolution.
So you've not been watching many movies?
I've watched a couple of movies. I've watched a few.
Would you like me to start then?
No, I've got a couple.
Okay.
I've got a couple. Well, the first one I'm going to talk about is one that you mentioned earlier on in the show, about 3.5 hours ago. Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow. Yes. Black Widow movie.
It is not a Black Widow movie.
Ken is, though.
It's not.
Ken is, though.
It's not.
I watched the first 10-15 minutes of that movie, and it was exactly the Black Widow movie.
It's not the Black Widow movie.
It is the Black Widow movie.
You're the Black Widow movie.
Wow.
I know.
Brilliant.
I know.
So if it's not the Black Widow movie, it's Nikita.
It's something to watch if you've got insomnia. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's boring as shit.
Kind of looks it.
Yeah. It's really, really bad. I don't recommend anybody watch it.
Even the trailer was boring.
It looks terrible. Yeah. I mean, it is terrible. I can't even explain. It's just so boring.
So who's in it other than Jennifer Lawrence? Because I didn't really get that far.
Jai Courtney / Jason Clarke /
Oh, so any one of them.
Just what's he called? Joel Edgerton.
Joel Kinnaman? Edgerton. Edgerton's okay. Sometimes. He's good in Warrior.
He was good in Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Better movie than this. Yeah, don't bother with Red Sparrow. It's fucking terrible, and it's not a Black Widow movie.
Cares though.
It's not. You go.
Well, you've started with a Duff one, so let's see.
I've pretty much got all Duff ones apart from two.
Alright, well, I don't have any Duff ones, so I'm going to go straight to a British movie that I could not wait to see. Absolutely Loved this movie. Walk Like a Panther. It is fucking brilliant.
I have never heard of it.
It has some of the best British talent in it.
Walk Like a Panther.
Obviously, it's basically, remember back in the 80s when you had World of Sport
Yes.
and they did the wrestling? They tried to bring it back about a year ago.
Yeah.
Brought it back with Grado and all that. So it's like, it's round about that time when World of Sport is a big thing in Britain. And the main cast of wrestlers are called Panthers. So
Right.
they're like in a Panther staple kind of thing. They kind of go around and they're the Panthers. And then the
Like the
movie...
Click.
Yeah. The movie kicks in sort of when that's all died off and it's like kind of dying away, and Stephen Graham is the son of the main guy.
Oh.
And the main guy being... I can never remember his name. You know the guy from I, Daniel Blake? The Geordie. He was going around and he was like big for a little while. Still is quite big. But he plays his dad anyway.
Jimmy Neal.
And his dad was never around, so Stephen Graham was kind of looked after as a child by the guy that owns the local pub, played by Jason Fleming. So the movie kicks off, Jason Fleming dies, and Stephen Graham takes on the pub. And they're all kind of reliving the sort of Panther glory days all the time. They're all telling the war stories and all that. But there's this guy that's sort of part of the group, but he's kind of outside as well, because he's full of like get rich quick ideas. And of course, as every British movie goes, a guy comes in, he's like, I'm gonna buy the pub and I'm gonna wreck it. Unless you can buy it, I'm gonna destroy a pub.
Okay.
So they then have to raise the money to save the pub. So this guy comes up with the idea that they'll do a Panther reunion and they'll put on the wrestling show to end all wrestling shows in Britain, and they're going to bring all the old guys back, and Stephen Graham's finally going to get his chance to do some wrestling. It's such a good show, such a good film, like really, really light-hearted, just a blast. It's a riot.
Just a nice little British movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? You had me at Stephen Graham. I'll watch
Stephen
it.
Graham's
I'll watch
phenomenal in it. And you know who else? Michael Sosha's in this.
Oh.
Now, it's no surprise to anybody how much of a fan of Michael Sosha I am. I'm a huge fan of the kid. One thing that struck me while watching this movie is that when This Is England was on, I don't actually remember those two being in many scenes together. So that I don't remember them getting really to act alongside each other. Well, in this movie, they do a ton of scenes together. Those two are amazing together. They're like, the chemistry with those two is just on point. But to sell it even further, you've got Lena Headey's in there.
Oh.
She's got it's not the biggest role, but she's in there. Some other like British actors that you'll know straight away, and you'll just be like, oh man.
Maisie Williams?
No Maisie Williams.
Oh man.
No. But honestly, Walk Like a Panther.
Yeah, I'll watch that. I will watch that.
It's funny when it's funny. It hits you in the feels when it hits you in the feels. But for the most part, it's just a light-hearted, warm movie, and there's a bit of wrestling.
Sweet.
So,
does anyone do a stunner?
No.
Does anyone do a switch of music?
No.
Ah.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Somebody does something.
Pedigree.
No.
No.
But honestly, give it a go. Give it a go. I absolutely loved it. I adored it. But I knew I was gonna.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna.
Okay.
So, what else you got?
Another dud.
I like this.
I have seen...
This is new. Because normally I do the duds.
Yeah, you do. I've not had the best luck with these movies. I've seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, that's not a dud. It can't be. It can't be.
It's a big, fat, wet fart of a movie.
This is my childhood you're messing with.
It's a fucking... It's not your childhood.
It's not your granddaddy's
You know
Jurassic
what?
Park.
It's not your granddaddy's Jurassic Park, and it's not your mummy's Jurassic Park.
Oh.
It's... Do yourself a favour, don't watch it, just watch the original Jurassic Park. It's a fucking 2-hour trailer for fucking Jurassic World 3. Everything that happens is in the goddamn trailer.
Yeah.
It's just pathetic.
Bollocks.
There are some cool shots. There's a shot like towards the end of the movie where the T-Rex is like face to face with a lion,
Right.
and they're like telling each other to get the fuck, sort of, like scripts are, roaring at each other and that. That's a pretty cool little shot. It's a nice little shot. That's probably the best part of the movie, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's crap.
That's a shame.
It's crap.
What about the Hybridosaurus?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing again.
Redonkulous.
It's the same fucking thing as Jurassic World. Fuck off, man. You're better than that. Come on. But that's the thing with the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie is there's only so many things you can do. So you've got your dinosaurs, shit goes wrong, then you've got to get out. So you've got your dinosaurs, shit goes wrong, you got to get out. You're on an expedition, shit goes wrong, you got to get out.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling dinosaurs. Toby Jones is selling dinosaurs. You're better
Toby
than
Jones.
Shit goes wrong, you got to get out. It's going to be the same fucking thing every fucking time.
Yeah.
And no, enough. It looked like the trailers made it look like a horror. It isn't.
Oh man.
It's just terrible.
Oh.
It's just so fucking bad.
I'm glad. I will still check out at some point. I'm not in any hurry now though.
No, honestly,
man.
I really wouldn't be any. I'm so glad that. Never mind. Just yeah, just basically when the end credits roll, you go. Is that it?
That's a shame.
Yeah,
That is a shame.
The game's better.
So, my second movie that I got to watch, and I'm pretty much, I'm mostly comedy from here on out. Actually, no, I'm not. Actually, well, yes, me and Lindsay watched one last night, and this was a huge, huge surprise. I did not see this one coming because every time I saw it, when you I think we mentioned it a couple of episodes ago, the cast of Everest.
Yeah.
When you see Everest and
name,
you see
name,
the cast,
name,
you
name,
see all the
name, yeah.
names. This one for me was like another one of those ones, like not the biggest names ever, but names that always get me interested. Only the Brave with the firefighters.
Oh, with Josh Brolin.
Yeah. So you had Josh Brolin in there. You had
I've seen a trailer for it.
Taylor Kitsch there. You had Miles Teller in there. James Badge-Dale in there. All Jennifer Connelly's in there.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges is in there. All actors and actresses that I've I see and I go, I'm going to watch that. That's going to be really good. They're all going to put in, apart from Jeff Bridges, he's still doing his... you cannot understand a fucking word that man says anymore.
Did he say it in a cave?
Why did he hire him? Why? I know Jeff Bridges is an awesome actor. He was at one time one of the best actors. Maybe not the best actors, but he's always been reliable. Now, he just kind of goes... Texas. That's all he does. Stop hiring him. Stop giving him roles. Kingsman 2. Tallahassee. All you can understand is fucking states. But yeah, anyway, so it's about the first ever municipal state hotshots team. Hotshots is they fight wildfires.
All right, okay.
So they're not necessarily firemen. They're they fight the wildfire, the bushfire and stuff like that. You've got two sort of levels. You the juicers, who sort of they're the cleanup crew. They come in and just try and stop the fire before it actually gets too far. And then you've got the hotshots who go into the real danger. And these guys want to be a hotshot team, so they're going through the motions. They're getting evaluated, and they're going to become that. And it's based on a true story, so that 3/4 of the way through this movie, there's gonna be a tragedy somewhere. Okay. Because it's a true story, so why the fuck wouldn't there be? But it's such a good movie. Everybody's putting in powerhouse performances. Miles Teller, at the start of the movie, I'm this could possibly be the worst Miles Teller movie I've ever seen. Because he's playing a junkie, and I was just sitting there oh man, I can't stand watching this guy. Kind of looks
was he getting rescued by the firefighter guys?
No, he becomes one of them.
Oh, right, I see.
Because he gets this girl up the duff, and he kind of wants to do right by the kid.
Okay.
So he decides to try and clean up his act and join these firefighters because it's literally the only place that'll take him. And he makes good of himself by the end of the movie type thing. Everybody's just a powerhouse in it. like everybody. Oberyn from Game of Thrones.
Oh, sweet.
He's in there. He's not the most huge character, but he's in there. Taylor Kitsch's phenomenal, but he always is. Yeah. I was really surprised at how good this cast of people that I really wanted to see in a movie worked. Because I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit of the Everest situation. Based on a true story, they're all going to be hamming it up to fuck, and it's not going to be great. But no, this was... What I will say is get the tissues ready.
But wank.
No. Because I had a massive lump in my throat and a couple of tears down my cheek. But Lindsay was bobbling. Like, Lindsay literally turned around and she's like, I can't believe that ended like that. And I was like, well, it did. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really good film.
Wait, a dog doesn't die, does it?
I thought there was at one point, but it didn't.
That's fine. Then.
It
I'm
got
okay.
out.
I'm
It
right.
got out. It was fine.
Fuck the human beings. So it's a dog dies, I'm okay.
Yeah. Who cares about human beings?
Exactly.
But really good film. Really good film. So, Only the Brave. If you get a chance, check it out.
Okay. Yeah, next one. Right. So I'm actually positive from that one.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right? Next one. Tomb Raider. I have finally seen Tomb Raider.
Did she deserve to be melted?
Melted.
Has she not been melted? Have they got rid of her?
Oh, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed.
Right.
I think it was just a rumour.
Vakanda.
And no, she does not deserve that at
Is
all.
she good?
She is really fucking good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Is Chris Barry back as Hillary?
No.
Oh, man.
No. It's more sort of faithful to the reboot game.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the trailer.
I really
Good
enjoyed
idea
it
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, honestly.
Who plays the dad?
It's him who played Dracula in Dracula Untold.
Evans.
Yeah?
Luke Evans.
Yeah. I think so. Let me check.
That'd be fine.
I think it's Luke Evans.
Cool.
It's one of those ones.
I'd be. It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
I'd be alright with that. Luke Evans is a good little actor.
Let me just check because I might be completely bloody wrong. We got Dominic West. Same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
McNulty from The Wire. Cool.
Yeah.
He's even better, to be fair.
You've got Walton Goggins in there as the big bad.
Dude.
Mhm.
I'm watching that.
Nick Frost is in there.
Mm.
Derek Jacobi is in there. Kristen Scott Thomas is in there.
Oh, God. I didn't realise she still acted. I was in a movie with Kristen Scott Thomas. Have I ever told you that?
I don't know. I don't really give a fuck what.
I was, though.
Right, yeah.
It was called Man on Man. It wasn't. It was called Man to Man. Man on Man sounds better, though, because, you know.
Well, Man and Man sounds like a movie you would be in.
Like a gay porn.
I know. I was already there.
Wah, wee, wah. Yeah,
Is that a Jar Jar thing?
Tomb Raider.
Jesus.
No, don't you dare. Tomb Raider.
So the gay porn things are okay, but Jar Jar's not.
No.
Right, fair enough.
Never.
Fair, okay.
That's why I don't watch The Big Bang Theory.
Good to know where your limits are, but I already had an idea. Yeah, Tomb Raider. It's bloody good. It really is. It's the same kind of thing where her dad has gone missing. Sort of like, you know, I think it was 7 years ago.
Has he gone hunting for John Voight?
Her dad went missing 7 years ago.
Did you get that reference?
I got the fucking reference.
Thank you. National treasure. Carry on.
You're a tit. So, it's Lara Croft. So she sort of gets a hint that her dad might be alive, and then she goes investigation-y kind of thing. Then we get into some tombs and all that, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and fuck the studio if they get rid of her.
That is talked about, though, isn't it? I'm not.
Oh, it probably will be because apparently it didn't make all the money on earth.
It wasn't gonna, though.
Same fucking thing. It's not gonna because you know movies that are based on games have got a bad rep.
Yeah.
I honestly think this deserved for people to give it a better shot than they maybe did, and she did a great job.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna give it a go.
Probably won't see her as Lara Croft again, but we should.
Yeah. She's a decent actress. I like Alicia Vikander. I do. Not seen her in anything, but I do like her.
Okay then.
So there's a seal of approval from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the first Purge last night.
Oh.
This shit's fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Like, they've gone from this crazy cockamamie plan of, like, just everyone being able to kill everyone and do shit that's legal for one night. They've taken it from, like, this crazy outside-of-the-box idea and made me believe that we're not kicking the balls off doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm. You think Donald Trump's going to watch it and think it's a documentary?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
They have a nice little dig at Donald Trump as well.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's a prequel, so it's like the first ever Purge.
Makes sense.
But instead of being countrywide, it's confined to Staten Island. And it's called The Experiment. And it's like the public that name it The Purge.
Right.
Basically, Marissa Tomei is a scientist. Don't get too attached.
Oh.
She's a scientist, and she's...
Spoilers.
The stock markets are falling all the time. Fucking money's becoming nothing, really. Violence, gun violence, and gangland shootings and school shootings are on the rise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is scary. Like, it's fucking scary when you watch it. You're like, my God, this is like... And I suppose that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, it's probably written like that, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a little bit of a social commentary right now. So this scientist comes along and she's like, maybe the idea to stop people killing all year round would be to let them kill for one night. And we take away, basically it's the premise of the other movies. But you're getting to see how it starts. But the best thing is, like, they go into Staten Island, the government, the founding fathers go into Staten Island, and they're kind of like interviewing these people, like, what would you do if we let you purge for the night? And some of them are like, oh, I'm fucking angry, I would fucking go out there and I'd kill this motherfucker, I'd kill that motherfucker. And then there's other ones that are kind of like, I'd probably just stay at home.
I would just stay at home.
And, I'd avoid it,
You would purge, wouldn't you?
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I know
I
you
don't
would.
think...
Would you purge me?
No, see,
Good lad.
we were talking about this at work today. I don't think I would purge to the extent of murder. But you have to remember, everything else is legal. Like, everything's legal. So
What, like just giving someone a kick in the face?
I'd maybe go and rob a bank.
Oh, everything's...
Yeah, everything's
right.
legal. I'd maybe go and...
Is that what happens in the...
In the other ones?
Everything's... I thought it was just like murder was legal.
No, it's like everything's legal. Like, all
right. I didn't know
crime is legal, including, like, murder.
Right. I never got that. I just thought it was like murder.
No, that's just what they focus on in
right,
those
okay.
movies.
Okay.
Because that's pretty much what you would do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would hide.
So I'm like sitting there and I'm thinking I would go out and I'd rob a bank or a Argos. I'd go and rob Argos.
You couldn't rob Argos.
Well, yeah.
Set your standards high there, kid.
I would though, because at the end of the day I get really pissed off when I have to go and sit in there and wait for somebody to go and get my shit. It's such a shit premise for a shop. Like,
Well, it does all right.
Why would you have a shop that is literally just a warehouse? Why not let me go into the... like IKEA. IKEA's a huge warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk around IKEA and I can buy my shit off the shelf. Mm-hmm. In Argos, I have to go in, flick through a magazine. I might not know what I was going in there for. I might just be popping in on a whim.
You wouldn't go...
You know?
You wouldn't go into Argos and browse.
Well, you can't, can you?
No, well, you can't.
I might just pop in on a whim and decide, oh, I fancy buying a computer
Just
console.
get the book and go, that one.
But you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I don't need a fucking leg razor. Well, you do, but...
that's why Argos is so fucking depressing. Because you can't browse.
Well, don't go in there then.
I try not to as much as possible. I really try not to.
Wow.
But anyway, so like all crime is legal, but
Never known anyone to have beef with Argos before.
what they find... I've got beef. What they find is the purge starts and there's like 2 or 3 people that are purging, going out and like killing people, but obviously the government wants mass murder, basically. They want this to work. So when they realise
Is
that...
it kind of like Thanos' theory, like wipe out?
So like when they realise that everybody's just having huge street parties and having public sex, because that's illegal in America? Is that legal here?
I think it's illegal here.
Like, if I was to, like, or if someone else was to, like, go and shag someone on a car bonnet in public, would they get
I
arrested?
think that's illegal.
Right. Why?
because it's like public nudity, I guess.
Are we that prudish? I mean, I know the Americans are, but are we?
I think it's illegal.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Just let people just have their jollies on the car.
What, just walking down Berwick High Street, seeing someone having all the sex?
So how do you get away with dogging things? You know, like
well,
dogging
you don't,
parks.
because if you get caught, you get
Do you?
arrested. Dogging's illegal.
Dogging's illegal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Allegedly.
My eyes are open.
So you're not going to be doing that again?
No, not at all. But anyway, yeah, the first Purge is utterly fantastic. They are trying to say something with these movies now. And I know they were getting there with, like, the third one. Like, the first and second one was, like, little personal stories trying to say something about what society is like, what people are like individually. But now it feels like they're trying to say what the country is like and what the world is getting like.
So it's like The Running Man.
It's scarily close to Donald Trump would enact that if he thought he could get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a worry.
He'd be like, let's cordon off Mexico and let them...
It's going to be fantastic, believe me.
Let them have at it.
Yeah, it's going to be...
He's a scary man.
He is a scary man.
Yeah.
Apparently did a tweet to Iran
Nice.
overnight at like stupid o'clock in the morning. He was probably, I don't think he drinks. I don't think he drinks, but...
He definitely does coke, though, allegedly.
Allegedly. Christ.
He definitely does, though, doesn't he? He has to.
Just looking for a fucking drone at the minute. You can't take it. The 365 pod cave. We're bulletproof, bitch.
It's got a drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
Your missiles will bounce off my drum kit. And my bells.
Alright, so that was the first Purge.
Yeah. I loved it. Really good film.
Yeah.
Again, very few names. Marissa Tomei is probably the biggest name in the film, which isn't saying much. Really good film, and you get a really good Donald Trump joke halfway through. It's like, obviously... I'll tell you the scene. The main woman gets sort of cornered, and obviously, like, rape's legal. So,
oh my Christ,
somebody's hiding down a drain, and he like starts pulling her down, and like puts his hand on her crotch area, and then when she kicks him in the face and jumps up to run away, she's like, "Pussy grabbing motherfucker!" Yeah,
okay.
which I'm assuming is a direct shot at
probably better
Donald
ones than
Trump.
that.
Oh, there would be way better ones than that. Like, yeah. So, what have you been watching?
Right. Tell you about was that an impression of you there?
A little bit.
Bastard. Kind of. Yeah.
Been a while since we recorded.
Yeah, it has been again. Although not as bad. Not as bad this time. It's only like 3 weeks this time.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
We're picking our game up.
Yeah. So I watched a movie film. And okay, right. So this movie film is it's about a lad who is gay.
Ooh.
Okay, the movie's called Love, Simon.
All right, yeah. So Dave Hastings mentions this.
It's been recommended to me. It's got the kid from Jurassic World in it. You know, the one, the older brother.
Mm-hmm.
He
the
plays
rapey one.
The rapey one. He plays Simon.
Okay.
And so, the premise of the movie is, Simon is like your sort of regular teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Regular mates, regular everything, but he's got one big secret, and that he's gay.
Right.
And the movie kind of kicks in where somebody else on I think it's the Facebooks, does a secret post saying I'm gay.
Mm-hmm.
And he replies anonymously, going, I'm in the same boat as you and all that.
Me too. No?
Don't do that. He replies going, I'm in the same boat as you, we can sort of have a crack and maybe we can help each other out and all that.
Poor choice of words.
Shut up.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, you went there though, not me. Again, poor choice of words. Bygones. So he kind of starts talking to this anonymous person online.
Mm.
So they're emailing each other and all that kind of thing. And the movie is he's trying to guess who it might be, basically. But at the same time, also struggling to come to a point where he's going to tell people.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that decision is taken away from him because somebody does it. Somebody tells everyone, and Hilary Swank plays his mother.
Oh God, she's not been in a film for fuck knows how long.
Right. But she's
still got them horsey teeth.
Oh yeah, but it's just a nice little film. It's just a beautifully acted, sort of nice little film where he's being bribed by the guy who knows his secret, because he's emailing whoever it is, and I think it's like the public library or whatever, or the school library, and he leaves his email account open. Stupid idiot. And so this guy reads his emails and says, well, you're gonna I think it's his best mate who he fancies, and says, if you don't help me get with her, I'm going to tell everyone, and stuff and things. You know what? Fuck off.
It's a bit much.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's a little cunt. Yeah. But it's just a nice little, this thing, obviously I'm not going to tell people how it ends or anything, but it's just a nice movie. There's nice sort of heartfelt moments in it. Mm-hmm. It's just a really well acted little movie, and
fair dues.
Yeah,
sometimes those are the best.
They are. Yeah. And you know what? Fair play to the guy. He played half a rapist in Jurassic World.
He did.
But he did a good job in this movie.
He did.
And he wasn't rapey at all.
I think he played a whole rapist in Jurassic World.
Well, that was like the deleted scenes, but but no, he did a good job. He's a good little actor. He's a good little actor.
He was pretty annoying in Jurassic World.
He was.
Not as annoying as his brother, though.
I liked his brother in Jurassic World. Fuck off.
Did you? That's the kind of kid you normally hate.
No, because he'd already been in Iron Man 3, so I was I'll give you a break, buddy.
I hate that kid.
Well, I hate you. No, love Simon. It's a nice little movie. It's a nice little movie, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple of comedies. I'm going to drop one of them because I don't really want to talk about the other one. Blockers.
I have seen that too. That was going to be my next one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You know when you sit down to watch a movie that you know is a comedy, but you think, oh my god, this is going to be horrendous. Just like from the word go, Leslie Mann comes out. And I don't mind Leslie Mann, but normally only in Judd Apatow movies, because that's a husband and they work really well together. He writes great stuff for her. This isn't a Judd Apatow movie, so I was kind of like, oh, this is going to suck balls. Then you put John Cena in there, who's hit and miss. John Cena's not the greatest actor in the world, but he's got some comedy chops.
He has got some comedy chops.
And within 5-10 minutes, me and Lindsay were howling. Absolutely howling with this movie. It's so funny. John Cena is an absolute shining light of this film.
Yeah, he needs to be more. He needs to be doing more of these. Yeah, he really does.
He's good in Trainwreck. He was quite good in
Amy
that.
Schumer.
Amy Schumer. He was good in that. He was quite good in Daddy's Home. He was only in it for like the last 10 minutes, but he was really good in that. The role he played in that. But in this, it's his movie and he fucking steals it. He's just so good. Him and the other guy. The other guy's brilliant as well. But I can't remember his name. Ike Barinholtz? It's him from Suicide Squad. Plays the guard in Suicide Squad at the start.
Nah, it's not going to happen.
It's been in a few things. Yeah. But, oh man, they were just having a ball with this film.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, you were telling me about it, I can't remember when it was. But, yeah, it's really fucking funny. It really is. John Cena's amazing. And
he's so good. Like, just that scene when they're chugging the beer bong, is just an absolute revelation in acting, that is. I was just sat there like, oh my god. And then when the police come and he kind of like lets it go and it just back out like
into the guy's face.
Honestly, man.
Yeah, Boke.
Brilliant.
The bit with the smileys.
Yeah.
And he goes,
emojis and that.
the drooling emoji, and I was like, dude, you wish that was true. Let's come.
That's an eggplant. That's an eggplant. It's a dick. It's a huge giant dick. Great film. As comedies go, it's probably one of the best ones I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Just tickled my funny bone right the way through.
There's a lot of nice little moments again, you know, with the parents and their kids and that. Yeah.
And I love that. I love that the daughter's a lesbian, and he knows. Like within seconds of being around her again, he totally fucking knows. And the mother's got no clue. I love that as well. I was just like, oh man, yeah. Just it was a really good film, and I was so like, when we sat down and watched it, I thought this is gonna be fucking. That's that.
But that's probably my favourite little moment of the movie where she tells him and he starts crying because she's told him.
How did your mum take it? I told your mum.
And then he says, "How did your friends take it?" And she's like, "I've not told them. I can't tell them." And he's like, "Well, those are the people you tell." Yeah, it's great. Yeah, nice little moment.
You do get nice moments like that. Yeah, and it's a fantastic film. Leslie Mann didn't annoy me one bit.
Fair play.
I actually really liked her. Yeah. Because normally, like, if she isn't in a Judd Apatow movie, I normally can't be bothered with her. I just can't.
Yeah.
I really can't for some reason. But he writes really great stuff for her because it's his wife, so he's gonna.
Well.
But, like, in Cable Guy back in the day, where it was a Ben Stiller film, she was the girlfriend in it. I love that movie. Hate her in it.
Right. I can't. Honestly, it's been so long since
she's not the biggest role, but I just hate her in it. But yeah, and there's many more like that. So what else you got?
I've only got one more.
Cool. Because so do I.
One more movie, and I've not got any TV shows to talk about because I've been watching Power like a son of a bitch. Yeah, the only other movie I want to talk about is I have seen Super Troopers 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the one you were going to drop?
No. Well, I was going to drop it, because I didn't want to talk about it. Oh. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the first one.
Oh, God, no.
Of course it's not. But I still had a great time watching it. I was still laughing like a bastard.
There was bits I was laughing at. I did find myself laughing at things, but
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
I don't know. It was missing something.
So have you deleted the photo of you with your head through the thing and from London?
No, I won't do that.
I would.
I won't do that. I don't know.
For many reasons, I would.
I don't know what it is. I felt like there was something missing, and I don't know what was missing from the movie. I just don't know.
Elijah Wood. Was it Elijah Wood?
No, I don't know. I was having a problem with it.
Right. Were you pissy when you were watching it?
Probably, because I wanted it to be way better.
I thought it stood up. I really do.
It stands up. It's good. You can see what they did with the money because it was a crowdfund, how they got the film made in the end. And you could see what they did with it, and they got a decent chunk of change to make it. They did a good job. I don't know if it's the whole Canada thing. Like, I don't have a problem with Canada. Don't get me wrong, apart from, Matt from another damn wrestling show. Yeah. But, defunct another damn wrestling show, because that went down the Swanee. But, I don't have a problem with Canada, but I just wasn't finding the portrayal of Canada funny. And that's supposed to be the funniest thing in the movie, is, how nice and retarded they kind of are.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing, but they just didn't really nail it.
South Park does it better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
What I did love, the scene I did love, and Lindsay was sitting watching it, and she was just like, "What the fuck are you watching this for?" But one scene did get a giggling was when they were talking in French, in the car. And they were going,
yeah.
Café au lait parfum, and it was like, the key to a good household is happiness.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "What do you mean a penis?" And he's like, "No, happiness."
In the asshole. Yeah.
It was, there was bits. Rob Lowe was fucking slumming it.
He was a little bit, to be fair. But is he, though? Is he slumming it?
Yeah.
I don't really think he is, because what does Rob Lowe actually do now?
He doesn't really have to do anything anymore. He's just Rob Lowe.
Yeah, okay.
But I felt in this he was slumming it.
I don't think he was. I enjoyed it, so screw you.
I'm glad you did. And like I said, there was bits in it that I did enjoy. It was mostly the callbacks to the first movie that I was enjoying. like the meow with the guy in the car, all nimbly bimbly, and it's like, do I look like the kind of man that say nimbly bimbly? Like, I loved those callbacks, but they were few and far between, and yeah. I did love when Rob Lowe started like using the speed bag on the guy's penis. That was pretty funny. Like, because I just wasn't expecting to see the guy's penis. But we saw it.
One thing, why did the guy start taking the like estrogen pills?
I have no idea. They were all like
He's
trying.
got fucking breasts at the end. I know, like he took it and then
he just kept taking them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Aye. And he was getting all like a woman and stuff, and that wasn't really. I didn't find that fun.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There was bits I liked, bits I didn't like. But it's a standard movie. You know, for a sequel, it stands up.
Yeah, it's a typical sequel.
Yeah.
It's not up there with the original, but it's still quite funny.
Yeah. Father's still the best character.
Yeah. You got any more?
My last film.
Go on then.
My last film is a documentary.
Ooh.
And I got, because you don't do the Twitter page. I do the Twitter page. Don't worry, because you're going to be happy that I didn't send this one to you.
Come on.
I got sent an email from somebody that I used to speak to when we first started the website. I hadn't spoken to her for a while. She has her own website, she reviews movies and all that from Australia and everything. And she messaged me asking if I would like to take a look at this documentary. And I says, I go on then. So gave her the email address, says send it over and I'll give it a watch. They sent it to me. It's called Big in Japan. And it's a documentary about this lad called David Elliott who wants to kind of become famous. And he wants to... What's the quickest and easiest way to becoming famous? So his mates, who are producing and directing and the camera guys on this documentary, decide, well, we should move to Japan. Because if you can't make it in Japan, you can't make it anywhere.
Because they watch any old shit.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And especially with foreigners, they love foreigners in Japan. So he goes to Japan and he's kind of like, he's going to try and make it big on the internet, like YouTube and stuff like that. He's going to try and make it big on Japanese TV. Because part of this documentary is really it's quite interesting because it shows you that there's a guy in Japan who has, I think it was like 400,000 followers or something like that. He's making an absolute fortune. Everyone in Japan knows him. He's on like primetime TV. But anywhere outside of Japan, nobody's got a fucking clue who he is.
Okay.
But he's like this huge, massive celebrity there. And it's like quite funny because it's this sort of, I don't want to say cordoned off thing, but there's things in Japan that are massive and huge that we'll never know about. You know, like celebrity-wise and TV show-wise and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a whole culture there that we'll never touch.
Probably for the best.
It's some of it, yeah. But yeah, it's about him and his mates moving over to Japan, and he's going to try and gain a certain level of celebrity in Japan by doing whatever he can. It's a nice little insight into sort of how social media can make you, but also can pretty much break you, and how on the way to the top you have to sacrifice a lot, kind of thing. And it's actually it's an interesting as hell documentary, and he does get a certain level of celebrity. Not quite the level he was hoping for, but it shows you like the graft you've got to put in to get there. And it's not just as easy as making a video of you like punching yourself in the nuts or whatever. You've kind of actually got to have something about you.
Well, unless you go on Love Island or something.
Yeah, fuck. So he takes on like this persona when he gets over there, and he gets like extra roles in movies and TV shows, and he becomes like this guy that he's the foreigner. He's a little bit of a geek, so they love him, and he gets in all these things. But the thing he's trying to make himself famous for is that he comes up with sort of like a Japanese superhero called Onigiri Man, and an onigiri is like you ever play Alex the Kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know when he eats a little taco at the end. I always thought it was a taco. In Britain, in the US and the British version, he eats a burger.
What, like the end of the game?
Yeah.
I never.
No, like the end of the level. He eats a little burger.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah.
But in the Japanese version, Chinese version, he like eats what looks to me like a taco, but apparently it's an onigiri. And he kind of like puts this thing on his head and he goes around, but it's like the amount of embarrassment the kid has to put himself through just to get like this bit of celebrity and to get these followers. I'm sitting there like, I don't ever want to be like an internet celebrity.
No. No.
It's a really, really interesting documentary about how he goes about it, and he meets some guys who've got like big celebrity over there and the kind of thing they've had to go through, and it's like, shit, man, like you're putting your life on hold and you're sacrificing everything just to get this level, you know, and it's not even the biggest level, it's just like a level of celebrity.
Yeah,
I knew
that
you,
would annoy me.
I knew you wouldn't be fully into watching it, so I didn't send it your way, because
Yeah.
I know you're not like a massive, like, you know, internet celebrities, kind of, that kind of thing.
It would annoy the fuck out of me.
But it was a really good watch. And the guys, you know, he put himself through the ringer to get to where he got, and fair play, he did really fucking well. It just got to the point where, towards the end of the documentary, it's like, you know what, man, we've been here for 3 years now. You know, we've put our lives to the side. I think that all three of them go over there with girlfriends, and then the girlfriends end up coming back with like a year and a half or something, and it's like, we've kind of just, you know, stopped everything to do this, and it looks like this is as far as we're going to get. So, you know, they decide to come home and all that. But it's the journey. And it is a fantastic little documentary they've made, and it's really well done. It's just a bit of an eye-opener in a way.
Yeah. I'm not going to... Honestly, I'll get the rage. I'll get the rage.
I know you will. But I enjoyed watching it. And I was going to do a write-up for the website, but then I thought, you know what, fuck it. I really actually enjoyed it. I'm going to talk about it on the podcast instead.
Fair play.
And
That's a good sign.
They did a good job. It's just... It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And there's times in it where he looks so deflated and defeated, but at the same time, he's such an optimist all the way through. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get there. What do I need to do? I'll do it. And then you get little scenes where you just see him like, what the fuck am I doing? I should just go home.
What kind of stuff was he having to do? Like?
It was just like, he put out like a thing on social media, like, what do you want to see Onigiri Man doing? And I'll do it. So people are saying like, part of his act is that he has like a loincloth on. He doesn't actually wear anything else apart from this thing on his head and a loincloth. And he's like, I'll go. Where do you want me to go? And they're like, we want you to go to this crossing in Japan, which is like the most, the busiest crossing apparently, like not just in Japan, like practically in the world.
Right.
And we want you to go there and be that character. So he goes, and you've just got these people walking past looking at him like, what the fuck? You know, but... Then they start talking to him and they get to know what thing he's doing. He's like, am I going to get arrested doing this? And then there's another one where one guy says, we want you to go to these waterfalls and stand under the waterfall for about 5 minutes. And it's like the most freezing temperatures you can get. And that's pretty much a breaking point for him. When he does it, he's like, nah, I'm done. This is too much now. But it shows you the length that people go to.
Mm-hmm.
But this is before the days of like PewDiePie and, you know, these ones that like they've made themselves massive names and millions of dollars just from playing fucking online games and taping themselves. This is when you actually had to do something, but the stuff you had to do was outrageous.
Like, be talented.
Yeah, aye.
And have, you know, actual abilities.
Aye.
Not just stand there and go, I'm getting the rage. We'll move on.
Aye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everybody should give it a little check out. It's called Big in Japan. It's a couple of Australian lads that have done it, and it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch just if you're interested in seeing sort of how these people try and get themselves to where they are. And like I say, it's before the days of reviewing a movie would get you famous. You know, like Jeremy Johns and all that. They just cut the Collider guys. They've got a nice little studio where they record what they think about films, you know, like we do. But before that, you were like putting yourself through hell. And that's sort of what this guy's doing. Not all the time. There's parts where he's like getting in parts in TV shows and all that, and they love him because he's the geeky foreigner, so he gets good roles that way. But then it's like, if you want to go that extra mile, you've got to put yourself through the ringer.
You want to torture yourself.
Yeah. It doesn't quite get that bad. Because he does turn around and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And some of the other guys that you meet during the documentary, it's interesting what they've done. There's one guy who's like a wrestler, but he dresses up as a lady. So he's like sort of like a schoolgirl type lady. And he's called Ladybeard.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's huge in Japan as well for dressing up like a wrestler and a lady girl and doing like rock shows. But it's like, you kind of have to make yourself a bit of an object, if you know what I mean. And that's the sad side of it, but they don't see it as that because they've got all these people who kind of worship them, you know? Like, you'd watch it, or even I watched it, and I kind of felt sad for the guy. I'm kind of like, look at what you're having to do. But he's making people happy. He's making himself happy. So, you know, fair play. Yeah. Good film. It was a really good documentary. I like a good documentary. So, yeah, that's my last one.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to talk about TV shows, but I've only got 2.
I've not got any TV shows, so...
I'm watching Glow.
Are you watching Glow?
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
bugger me with the fish
That's
fork.
all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying it. Just now.
You're enjoying it. Sure you are.
6 episodes into the first season. Kate Nash.
Who?
The British girl. You know the British wrestler that's shagging the manager? The director? The gingerhead lass.
Yeah.
It's fucking Kate Nash.
Is it?
Yeah. Remember Kate Nash?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
She sang that pumpkin soup song. I can't even remember how it goes.
Was that the one who becomes like a professor or something?
Yeah, she's called Britannica.
Yeah, that's the one.
Aye. It's Kate Nash. She's like a famous British singer. Well, not that famous anymore. But she was kind of like Lily Allen, but like not as edgy.
Kate Bush.
Kate Nash.
Not Kate Bush.
What was the song she sang? I'll play the song for you later. You'll know who it is.
I don't think I will.
I seen her come on. I was like, oh shit, it's Kate Nash.
I still don't know who you mean.
Okay. Right, so do you want to move on?
Let's move on.
What's next?
What's going on?
You got a jumper up there. Looks like he's going to do it.
This is Leslie Parks for Channel 8 News. We've just arrived downtown at 4th and Main, where a man has gone out onto the ledge of a building, apparently despondent about his mother, and remains there still.
Hey, kid.
Hey, you don't tell me what to do, though. You stay right there. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it.
No.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You stay away from me.
You young man.
Oh, no.
Look, I know I'm not your mother, but I am
So,
your mother.
Yeah.
stop!
Yeah.
Or my mum will shoot.
Wow. This was a test in mass endurance.
This was... Yeah, this might be up there with the Christmas film as tough watches.
4%.
Aye, how the fuck did that happen?
Should have been 0.
Should have been
Should
0.
have been like.
I did say on the last episode that it could well be a 0%er.
Yeah.
And it should be a 0%er.
It should be, but yeah,
It definitely should be a 0%er. Yeah, so Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
horrendous.
Terrible. Absolutely
I
terrible.
took some notes, but I didn't go into it.
I've got a couple. I've not got notes about plot and everything because I won't lie to you. There comes a certain point in the movie where it kind of just became a background noise and I started playing Tuck of War with Dexter.
Well, to be fair, it does have a really jazzy, campy kind of soundtrack.
Oh, it's got some hugely comedic beats to it.
It's like a Naked
like
Gun soundtrack.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like
That was terrible.
that was terrible.
I don't know
yeah.
what you were doing
I
there.
don't know. You know the Seinfeld thing was like
Yeah.
a plunky.
It's like boo 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 boo.
You know, it's like somebody plucking a guitar, like
Okay.
what I did.
Or playing the drums.
Exactly what I did. Don't play. Wasn't drums.
Okay.
Dickhead.
We have drums in the cave though.
Yeah. So yeah, comedy music.
Yeah. So let's I'm going to pick out some of my favourite notes that I have.
Go
here.
ahead then.
The awesome cartoon intro, kind of like City Slickers. Remember City Slickers? That was a good
I
intro.
do.
City Slickers did it better.
What's the other one? Christmas Vacation.
Yep, Christmas Vacation
Did
had
it better.
one. Yep.
Better song.
Directed by Roger Spottiswoode. Now, who is Roger Spottiswoode, you may ask?
I do not know.
Well, I will tell you, because I had a feeling you might not know. Because I thought this may be his only movie ever. Turns out, he's actually made some decent stuff. Not much, but some. So, Roger Spottiswoode. Round about the same time that he made this hulking piece of wank, he made Turner and Hooch.
Huh.
Tom Hanks and the Derg.
Uh-huh.
I know you like that because you like Dergs. He made Air America with Robert Downey Jr.
I've seen that one.
and Mel Gibson. It's a pretty good
No, I
film.
don't think I've seen that one.
And he followed up Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Tomorrow Never Dies.
Huh. Underrated Bond movie.
It was a few years later, but yeah, it is an underrated Bond movie. It kind of is, because it's not great.
Was it GoldenEye then that?
GoldenEye.
Tomorrow Never Dies, and then
No.
The World Is Not Enough?
Was it not one? No, yeah, you're right, aye.
And then Die Another Day.
Yeah. Aye. But Tomorrow Never Dies is a pretty damn good film. And then The Sixth Day in 2000 with Arnie.
I stand by that movie.
Now, this also has my favourite bit of movie trivia ever. Did you have a look at the trivia?
No.
Oh, man. And this is... I like to have a look at movie trivia and see what was going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. This is by far my favourite. And I'm going to read this word for word because I was...
Okay, I'm intrigued.
I was howling when I read this. So Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger were competing against each other at the time, movies-wise. We know that because they were always kind of at the same time, sort of. So Arnie faked interest in this movie in order to make Stallone audition for it. So Stallone, who heard Arnie was interested in headlining this movie, immediately dropped everything and contacted the producers saying that he wanted to headline it. Something he now deeply regrets.
That's awesome.
Isn't that the best
fucking
trivia
awesome.
ever?
I love it.
Arnie totally punked Sylvester Stallone into making Stop on My Mom Will Shoot. Could you imagine this movie with Arnie?
No.
I mean, he was making his own slapsticky shit back then.
Probably like, what, Kindergarten Cop wouldn't be a kick in the balls away for this?
Kindergarten Cop, not far off. Twins couldn't have been far off this.
Twins?
Junior. No, Junior was a bit later, wasn't it?
Junior was a little bit later than that. Yeah, that was... Junior was towards the end of the little Arnie, when he was at the top of his game, Junior was kind of...
I was
the end of that.
Quite literally, absolutely howling when I read that.
That's great.
I was like, you absolute bastard. That's something I would do.
Oh, that's 100% something you would do. I love that. That's
Isn't
great.
it great?
That's why I prefer Arnie.
By far, my favourite bit of IMDb trivia ever.
Yeah.
And we've read some good stuff over the years.
We have.
So, couple of cheeky cameos.
Yeah.
We had a Ving Rhames cameo as baddie number 2.
We did.
Ving fucking Rhames.
We did. Yep.
2 minutes away from being Marcellus Wallace, and he's in this film.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll do a movie with Sly. Why not?
Yeah. Even scarier than that, though. Toby Ziegler.
Yes, a very, 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 very young.
It did take
Richard
me a minute.
Schiff
It took me a minute because I was like, I know that face.
Because he was in. It was the pawn shop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the gun shop.
The gun shop on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me back, but I was like, holy shit. And then we had, as bad guy Paulie, Donald Gennaro from Jurassic Park, the guy who got eaten on the toilet.
That's right, because I originally thought it was Fredo.
That does look a lot like Fredo.
Mm-hmm.
Does. It's not Fredo.
It's not Fredo.
That's all my cameos.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, what the hell are those three doing in this movie?
I don't know.
I
really don't know.
Like
it's
early Richard Schiff.
Oh yeah, that didn't affect him. He's had a damn fine career.
Didn't affect Ving Rhames, thank God.
But yeah, this movie is horrendous. The soundtrack on it, just the fact that they play the same thing over and over again, and it's like it's got the end of the bit of music has like a.
It's taken from a stock library, 1,000,000%. It's not made for this movie.
But the thing is, right, toward at the very start of the movie, or towards the very start of the movie, so the mother's going off the plane, he's there to pick her up, and she's told the entire plane about his bedwetting.
Yep, because that's funny.
And it's like a really shitty stock American sitcom.
Yeah.
That would have probably got like 5 or 6 seasons in America.
5 or 6? You're talking 10 or 12.
Oh, I mean, it's fucking awful. We get the mother who decides to wash his gun.
Yep. Because that's always funny.
While singing, "This is the way we wash a gun."
Yep.
Wash a gun.
Because why
wash
not?
A gun. She goes to buy another one from Richard Schiff, and then witnesses a murder, so she becomes part of the investigation into the murder. She then withholds information so that he can get, because she wants him to get a promotion.
Yep. As any good mother would.
Of course. Yes. Yeah, that goes without saying.
She's a very nice young lady.
Of course, Sly is fucking the captain, and she's like all in love with him and stuff.
Yep.
Because of course she is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard-ass captain who quivers at the knees when she sees roses.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Because she's a woman in a movie in the 80s.
And, 90s. Like the first time those two have a conversation, of course, because of comedy, there are people outside.
Of course.
Watching them, talking, like, asking what they're on about and stuff.
And everybody knows that they're banging.
And she's like, oh, well, you didn't call me back. And he's like, oh, I don't want to call you. That was a terrible Sly, but what else are you going to do? Because he's a man. He's a man.
Yeah.
Big
gruff man.
Yeah, so he's not going to call her back. He's a man.
Why would he?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't call women back.
Well, you're married.
I mean, I'm married, so it makes sense.
She would kick your ass if anything.
Well, she would.
She would, and she would win.
Definitely wears trousers in this.
So the bit that I kind of checked out and started playing tug of war with Dexter and football with Dexter and all that, and drinking, was they go to the mother's withholding information. They go to the house of the person who's she's identified or whatever, and then they get into a big police chase where the mother is driving.
Yes, and she's a damn good driver.
And she's a damn good driver, and she's chasing the perps.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck me. It was like something out of Sister Act.
I'll be honest.
Only Sister Act is a better movie.
I checked out way before that.
Oh man. Well, I won't lie. Yeah, Carlin helped me a lot.
I did. I checked back in for a minute when they went to the office to see the bad guys, and as they were about to walk out, she said, "I'll be back."
Yep.
And I was like, which once I'd read the trivia, I was like, of course, you're gonna have a dig at him, because why wouldn't you? Because he's made you star in this piece of shit. That's just the best trivia ever.
But you've got the moment where you've got the jumper.
Oh man!
This is fairly early on in the movie, and Sly goes up to talk the guy down, and of course the jumper's got problems with his mother, so the policeman, very very professional, gives the megaphone to the mother.
Yeah, of course.
Who then talks the guy down, because of course.
Talks the guy down and talks Stallone into jumping. Nearly.
Talk me into jumping. Oh, it's awful. It's just awful.
It is. I completely agree with you. I found it so hard to watch. I was just like, I'm done. I was done very quickly.
Yeah.
It really pissed me off, this film, actually.
The thing is, I can remember watching it as a kid and laughing. Kids are stupid, I know, but I can remember laughing at it as a kid. Yeah, so that's Stop Your Mum Will Shoot. I don't think we need to talk about it anymore, do we?
No,
we really don't.
Not at all.
We really don't. So have you got one for us for next episode?
I'm just picking one out because
Go on, then.
I just had a great idea for a film. So I'm just having a look. Going back. So I want to take us away from comedy, because that one didn't work.
Certainly wasn't comedy.
So we're moving away from that right now. Although, as I remember, there's touches of comedy in this. I want to go back and I want to watch Hard Target.
With
remember Hard
Steven
Target?
Seagal?
No. That was like Hard to Kill or Hard in Bed or...
Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to go back and watch it. I haven't watched it for a while.
I haven't watched it for a while either.
Bit of Lance Henriksen there, remember?
Vaguely. I remember watching it with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. So
was I. And I had that little idea a little while ago that I was going to choose an actor and I was going to go through their career and sort of figure out where it all went wrong. Basically I was going to go with Nicolas Cage, because 5 films and I've figured it out.
Yeah.
But
it was Snake Eyes, wasn't it?
I love
Snake Eyes is fucking terrible.
I'm a huge fan of Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes is terrible, man.
It's amazing.
It's not at all.
Tyler. No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
But yeah, I was a huge fan of Van Damme, and I would quite like to go back and watch some old Van Damme movies.
Time Cop, I would definitely watch Time Cop. That's really the only one I can remember. I remember the one where he plays his own twin. What's that one called? Double
Impact.
That's the one. I like that one. I remember that one.
Great film. What about the ice hockey one? Sudden Death?
Maybe.
Great film. Double Team with Dennis Rodman? Double Team's got one of my favourite lines ever, and I quoted it the other day at work actually, because I have to put the thread through the little needles on the embroidery machine. So I was having to do that, and I'll not say the name of the person because I don't do that, but they're like, "Oh, you're getting good at that, like getting it first time kind of thing," because it is pretty hard. And I was kind of like, with my eyes, I could thread this through the dick of a hummingbird, because in that movie, in Double Team, there's a bit where Van Damme gives this Russian woman this huge rifle, and she's like, "Think you know how to use one of those?" Sorry, that was a terrible accent. It's more like, "Hey, do you think you know how to use one of those? Because I'm from Brussels." That was terrible as well.
That was Russian.
I don't know what that was. But anyway, he says it to the Russian bird, and she goes, "With this, I could shoot the dick of a hummingbird."
That was Russian.
It was always one of my favourite lines in any movie of that period. I think it's great. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to watch Hard Target, which I haven't watched probably since '93 when it came out.
Probably about the same. Yeah.
I like a bit of Van Damme.
Well, we top 5 this bitch.
Let's do the top 5 and get it done. Get her done. But a quick cheeky promo and then top 5.
Yeah, boy.
Hey everybody, this is Jason.
And Jeff.
And Blake. And we're the History of Bad Ideas podcast. And if you like hearing geeks talk about Fisto from He-Man,
or zombies, or dragons, or zombie dragons,
I was given copy to read, but it's a piece of crap. So if you just like any geek or any fun stuff, just listen.
We drop every Wednesday on iTunes, Stitcher, Tangent Bound Network, or WeBeGeeksPC.com.
Oh God, I'm out of here. And remember to wear a coat.
So what is the top 5, Chris?
So, Kevin, the top 5 TV shows that you have discovered so far in 2018.
Yeah. Boy. I like it. I found this actually quite hard, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, I've not been taking in a lot of TV recently. I would say this year I haven't really taken in much TV. Because when you think about it, we kind of started off hot and heavy this year with the Road to Infinity Wars. And
everything. That killed us.
And yeah, I think that's why we haven't really recorded an episode for about 2.5 weeks. Because it was like, you know what, we've done a lot. Let's just pump the brakes a second.
So, can I, the next time you have a fucking bright idea to yourself about a weekly thing that's going to take 3 months to do,
yep.
Can I slap you in the bastard face?
No, because you know it'll be fun.
Will it?
Yeah.
Will it?
You know my ideas are awesome. It's just that I go at them at breakneck speed.
Break your neck.
Me. Brilliant. So, yeah, what is, or would you like me to start?
Go on, then.
I will start. Right, so, this is a TV show that came out this year. It's a foreign TV show. It is Rain, is my number 5.
Oh, yeah, I didn't go back to that.
I know you didn't, and I don't know why. I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic little concept, like the rain killing you.
Yeah, you know what? It was I should go back to it and watch it on subtitles. It was the voiceover.
Oh, the voices were horrendous.
It was just, I just kind of went, oh, fuck you.
I changed it after the first episode, and I enjoyed it
I didn't actually get through the first episode.
More.
I didn't get through it because it was just so bad.
It was the boy. The boy was really irritating.
Oh, it was all of them.
Okay, it was all of them then. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show. It was really well done. Netflix is picking up some really good shows. From other lands, you might say. I wish they would stop calling them originals though, because they ain't Netflix originals.
Yeah. Like Star Trek.
They're just buying people's shows and sticking Netflix, and it's fucking annoying. Because it's like, you ain't making that shit. Other people are making that shit. You're buying.
You're a phony.
You're a fake. So yeah.
Wow.
What's your number 5?
Okay, my number 5 is actually, I think, a Netflix original, maybe.
Right.
I've mentioned this on the podcast because I reviewed it in the What You've Been Watching. It is The Alienist.
Ooh, yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
With, what's his name from Civil War?
Is it a Netflix original or is it a BBC original bought by Netflix?
It's not a BBC original.
I know.
That's way...
Just checking your chain.
You. Fuck me. Him from Civil War. I can't remember what his name is.
Daniel Bruhl.
That's the one. Yeah, so it's set in like the 18 whatevers in Morocco, and it's about a guy who is trying to figure out why killers strike. Yeah, and
saucy. Yeah, you keep
really,
telling me about it.
really good. So, The Alienist.
That is one I do want to check out.
Yeah, you should.
It's one of those ones that every time I land on it, I'm like, I'll watch it again, and I'll watch it another time.
It took me a couple of episodes to get into it, but after that, I couldn't bloody well stop watching it.
Cool.
So, yeah, The Alienist is my number 5.
Nice. So, my number 4 is actually a really recent show. And I got hooked on it very quickly. And I knew I would because I've read a lot about this. It's based on like a true crime. It's called Unsolved.
Oh yeah, is that the one with the guy with the bomb around his neck?
No, that was Evil Genius.
Right.
This is Unsolved, which is it's about the Biggie and Tupac murders.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on the like recommended thing.
It's really good. Like it's really quite interesting the way they did it. And it's like I've read a lot about the Biggie and Tupac murders because I was always really into that kind of thing. I love like true crime stories and all that. And
I don't really know shit all about those murders.
When there's a conspiracy involved.
Ooh, is there a conspiracy involved?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, when there's like conspiracy involved, it's even more interesting
and
you want to read more. Like the way the police conducted themselves after Biggie's murder was just fucking atrocious. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Huh.
The way they went on was mental.
Right.
And then you kind of found out a few years later that some members of that police force were members of Suge Knight's like private bodyguard security team. Suge Knight is the guy that basically made Biggie or Tupac. I can't remember which one he made. I think he made Biggie. But he's kind of like a bit of a gangster as well. It's been long known that he was pretty much behind one or both of them.
Oh shit!
And
murders.
Yeah.
Oh right.
And it's like
I need to watch this.
It's really
that's right up my street. I like that kind of stuff.
There's a movie coming out later in the year called City of Lies, or is it City of Lies? City of Lies with Johnny Depp in it, and it's the same story, but it's going to be in a movie. It's like 2 hours long, you know. But in this, you got like 8 1-hour episodes, so they get to go into it. And the way the TV show's done is it's told in 3 different periods. So the first period is before the 2 guys are dead, so it's before Biggie and Tupac die, and it's sort of showing you their relationship. Because contrary to popular belief, they didn't hate each other. Mm-hmm. Like that whole East Coast West Coast thing was manufactured by like Suge and fucking Puffy and all that lot. So it was
Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy, yeah. Right. He was
and Scooby Dog
Dog guy. So
Father Ted joke, if anybody's wondering.
So those things, like, it was there, but those two were genuinely liked each other, genuinely good friends. Mm-hmm. They would help each other out on tracks and stuff like that. So that's one part of the show, is like they show you in flashbacks, so you get that story. The other story is the police about a month after the Biggie murder, because it's mostly focused on the Biggie one because Tupac's already dead at this point.
Right.
And it's the police a month later after that investigating it. But really it's just one guy who, like, he believes that something's not right. We're going to solve this case. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest case of like his life. He's going to solve it. He's called Russell Poole. He gets really like obsessed with solving this case. Mm-hmm. But of course, as we know, it never got solved. And then the next story is like 10 years later, and it's a new task force that's been coming to finally solve this cold case. So it's like he gets a bit obsessed in the same way that Russell Poole got obsessed. And it flips between the three timelines.
It's a documentary, yeah?
Yeah, no, it's not a documentary.
It's dramatised.
It's like dramatised.
All right, okay, right.
But a lot of it is, well, I would say the bulk of it is based on pure fact.
Right.
And it does say at the end or at the start of the episodes, some of these situations have been dramatised because they can't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can't know everything. But for the most part, from what I already know about it, it's pretty fucking accurate.
Right.
Like, it's really good show.
I am going to check that out, Kev, because as I said, I know shit all about it.
It's
like I'd never heard of Tupac and that until fucking
2 minutes ago.
Aye.
Well,
I was like when I was a kid, I was listening to Kylie and Rick Astley. So
yeah, you were a bit of a victim, like
yeah. Bygones.
I mean, I liked Tupac when I was a kid.
You like all that kind of shit, don't you?
I did like Tupac as a kid, but I've grown to appreciate that of the two of them over the years. I've grown to appreciate Biggie was way more talented. Like Tupac was good, and he spoke to people, but Biggie's just so much more talented. There was a lot more going on there with him, and it's a shame. But at the same time, I don't quite know if they'd be as big as they are if they hadn't have both been killed.
Yeah.
Which is a shit thing to say, but I think that's the case.
Yeah, there was an episode of... do you remember... way back, there was a series with Don French called Murder Most Horrid. Remember that?
That was a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a really dark comedy.
Yeah.
And there was an episode of that where there was a music artist who wanted to be famous beyond his means, kind of thing. It was like a different story each week. And so she arranged to assassinate him so that he would sell more records, basically.
Yeah.
It was I've not watched it for fucking years, but yeah, Don French was fucking good in it.
Yeah.
Don French.
But that's one of those things, like, you have to admit, I mean, I think anybody has to admit, no matter how much of a fan you were at the time or whatever, or how much of a fan you are now, if Kurt Cobain didn't die at that point in his life, Nirvana would never have been as big as they are now.
Yeah, to be honest, the only Nirvana song that I know is Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single other one.
It's the only one you really need to know.
Yeah.
They're not as great as everyone makes out.
I was taking guitar lessons for a wee while.
Ooh.
A wee while.
You could have been on guitar and I could have been on drums.
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Okay.
Yep. And I did actually, I was learning to play Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Well, he only uses 3 chords, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, it was alright. And Jaws.
And Jaws.
Jaws was remarkably easy.
I would have thought so, yeah.
And Stone Cold.
That would have been harder.
That was
that like next level shit for you?
Oh, aye, that was fucking hardcore. So my number 4 is a documentary on Netflix again. This documentary is called Bobby for President.
What's that about?
Bobby Kennedy.
What did he do?
He ran for president.
That's what it says on the tin.
He got shot.
Did he?
Spoilers.
And poor Kennedy boys.
So it's a series, and it's obviously, and it's sort of covering from when JFK was shot up to when Bobby was shot, pretty much. And
is there a big period there, or is
it was 63 was JFK, and I think 67. I think 67.
They didn't like them, did they?
Let me just check. 67. I think it was 67. Hold on.
Ooh, History Boy might have it wrong.
You can edit that, though, eh?
No.
Oh, bastard. 68. No, that's his wife. Bugger! 68.
Oh, man.
I feel like an idiot, Kev. Yeah, so...
You look like one now.
Thank you very much. But the documentary is basically... it's like Bobby Kennedy is the best president that the US never had,
right?
Because he was a senator, and he kind of there was he was a senator in New York, I think it was. And there was like shit going on down in the south where kids were starving to death and all that kind of thing. So it had nothing to do with his remit as a New York senator, but he went, fuck this. And he brought people's attention to it, and the problem was kind of solved. But it brought people's attention to it. And, you know, it was the same with, like, so, you know, I've just finished reading March, about the Freedom Riders in the 60s. And, you know, Bobby Kennedy was involved with that.
I don't know anything about
that. It was basically I mean, it spanned years. It spanned years and years. But it was like, if you know, sort of segregation and that. If a cafe said no Negroes allowed, then they would go in and they would sit there until they got arrested, basically, and then they would go back the next day until they got arrested. Then they would go back and they got arrogant. But you know, sort of Bobby Kennedy was you know, had Martin Luther King and John Lewis. Not the shop. Fuck off. Not the shop. He's also a senator, and the only one of all of those guys, because you had Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy, JFK, Malcolm X, who are all they were all assassinated, apart from John Lewis, who set up a very successful store in the UK
next to John Menzies.
Yep. Fuck you, Kev. Yeah, Bobby for president. It's telling you a lot of stuff that I didn't know about. You know, what he was all taking on, what projects he was all taking on, and that kind of thing, and just basically showing what he would have been like as a president. And then obviously he ran for president and he was gunned down.
He got dead
in 1968, not 1967, which is upsetting. Not because he got killed. Never mind. Right, so what's your number 4?
No, my number 3, in fact.
Of course, you went first. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm kind of just footering around with my list. Yeah, this is one that came out at the tail end of last year, but I didn't discover it until early this year, and I've already spoken about it on the podcast. I absolutely loved this. It was 10 episodes, half an hour each episode. The show was called Future Man.
Oh, yeah. I still never got around to watching that.
It's already been on one of my top 5s of this year, so this is a two-peat. But
so you're getting worse than me with Gangs of New York and Jaws.
But I do absolutely adore Future Man. The second series is coming later this year. There's not a great deal I can say about it. Josh Hutcherson is fantastic in it. The two other main leads, I can't think of their names right now, both utterly brilliant. Playing the sort of like people from the future, fish out of water, doing time travel-y type thing. And you know what? I've been thinking about this recently. I need a really good like time travel-y sci-fi show in my life right now. Because I've been looking for a new show, and I'm literally like, what do I really want to watch? And I'm like, I could really do with like Fringe, like a good show like Fringe, or I don't know, just something good time travel wise.
You should give Continuum a go.
Is that not like on series 5 or something?
No, it's been axed now. But,
it's been axed, pointless then.
It lasted for like season 4 or 5 seasons, maybe.
Right.
I didn't watch the last season because it got a little bit stupid, but definitely give it a go.
Yeah, Future Man. It's on Hulu. It's a phenomenal little show. Like I say, you can watch it in a day. You just get right through that, and series 2 incoming. And I guarantee you will not regret it. It's just full of like 80s nostalgia, 90s nostalgia, time travel, messing about with the continuum, changing things, and by the end of it, you haven't got a clue where you are.
Yeah. I could also do with it. I'll tell you what, we could watch. I've kind of watched like 4 episodes of it. We could give Outlander a go. That's all timey-wimey.
I feel like I know that one.
It's set, it's originally set just after the Second World War, I think it is. And then it's in Scotland. And the woman gets transported back to, like, you know, sort of Highlander times.
You had me at Healer.
What?
Healer. I do love Highlander.
Do you, Sean Connery?
What's your haggish?
That's the one. Fucking hell.
What's your haggish? I don't know. And then you had fucking Frenchy boy doing the Scottish accent. Okay, come out here like a haggish, Monju. He doesn't say Monju. So, yeah, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is from Amazon Prime. I believe it's an Amazon Prime original. It's got Jeff Daniels in it. I think you may have watched it as well. It's called The Looming Tower.
I didn't watch it, but you have been telling me about it.
Yeah,
And
I thought you'd watched it.
You know what? When I was having a look for inspiration for my list, that came up a lot for this year. So
it's great.
People seem to be loving that
so
show.
It's, if anybody's not heard of The Looming Tower, it's about basically like a pissing match between the FBI and the CIA, not wanting to share intelligence on the lead up to 9/11. Yeah, well, it is real life because it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great cast. Jeff Daniels is the leading man. I can't really remember off the top of my head who else is in it, but it's a great cast, be fine. And yeah, it's so good, and it's addictive as a son of a bitch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give it a watch, honestly.
I think when I saw that today, I saw all these different people like, oh yeah, this and this and this, and Looming Tower was coming up in like just about every list. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to give that a go.
You know, my recommendation wasn't enough.
No.
Am I talking myself over here?
Hey, I'm talking myself over here.
Hey, yo.
Hey, mafagu.
Oh, moron. Right, what's your number 2?
My number 2, yeah.
I think our number 2 may be the same. Maybe?
I think it probably will be, because this is a TV show that I only just discovered this year. It's 4 series in. Series 5's just started. It is fucking Power. Yep. And Power is one of the best shows I've watched this decade.
Yep. Fucking Power is my number 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bloody well superb. I got into it because we did it for just the pilot, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I kind of stopped watching it, but then you were on about it, and Paul was on about it, and holy shit balls,
so good,
it is so good.
So good.
It's addictive as hell. The stories are amazing. I'm on season 3 now.
Cool. Series 3 is a good series.
Yeah.
Is that... Have you watched much of it yet?
4 episodes in, I think.
So you've seen 50 Cent? Is he still there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Aye.
Yeah. He's just started befriending Ghost's son.
Right. Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. Yeah, that's some good shit.
Uh-huh.
You got some better shit coming, but that's some good shit.
Well, the big thing that happened was obviously Tommy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
His girlfriend.
Best scene.
Spoilers.
Best scene in the show.
That was some visual shit for a podcast there. Yeah, we don't want to give spoilers because everybody should watch Power.
Yeah.
It's graphic as fuck. If you don't like sexual scenes, then it's not the show for you.
Oh god, no, it's not. Especially that first series.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's like every episode's got like 4 sex scenes.
It's worse than bloody Strike Back. But it's so good. It really is. It is. So good.
I love it. The main guy, the guy who plays Ghost, I really do like him. But it's Joseph Sikora as Tommy is just...
Yeah. Well, both you and Paul have both said that after that things happens with his girlfriend, he goes kind of
he gets
shit.
better and better and better.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there with that.
But that scene, that's when he does that to her, like, oh my god. I was just
like the drool coming down. Oh my!
The whole episode, when I kind of finished the episode and I thought about what had all gone on in that episode, I'm like, my god, that's such a fucking amazing episode.
And it's just the anger in his face, and then the anger slowly changes from anger to what the fuck have I just done?
And you know what, man?
It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful.
That he's a bit of a loose cannon anyway, but that changes him. That whole thing changes him, and I'm not going to say if it's for the better or worse.
Tasha has told him that she was Oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
Spoilers,
yeah.
spoilers, okay?
Yeah.
Tasha's told him that she was pregnant now.
Yeah.
And he like went into the elevator lift.
See you later.
And he kind of just went like that against the elevator wall. Yeah, oh, so good. So fucking good. Yeah.
He is amazing. He is
Power.
amazing.
Everybody watch the fuck out of Power on Netflix. I guess it's on Stars and Marc.
Yeah, Stars.
Yeah.
Which apparently has some really good shows on it.
Well, wasn't Dexter Stars?
No, Dexter was Showtime.
Right, okay.
But apparently Stars has got some really good stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I might have to try and check some of that stuff out. It could be like a new sort of... But
Well, if they do a deal with Netflix and we get their stuff over here, then happy days.
Be a Netflix original. Yeah. So,
is Power a Netflix original?
No, it's not.
No, okay then.
Do you want to do your number one, or because we both had the same number two?
No, on you go.
My number one is YouTube Red Show Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay.
Hi,
Okay.
Cobra Kai. I loved that show. It was.
I've not watched it yet.
Good.
I am going to watch it. I've not watched it yet.
I mean, the thing for me with Power was the whole thing was like shows that we discovered this year or came out this year kind of thing. And I wanted to put a show at the top of my list that actually had came out this year and had really fucking impressed me. And I wasn't expecting a damn thing from Cobra Kai going in. I was like, do we need this? Do we need a Karate Kid 30 years later? See where Daniel LaRusso is?
See, I didn't respond like that. As soon as I saw the trailer that they were doing it and they were bringing Karate Kid back, I thought, fuck yes, I'll watch that. Yeah, I need to get my arse in gear and watch it.
I was totally the opposite. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't know if I wanted it in my life. And as soon as I watched that first episode, which the first episode's free on YouTube, I went and straightway watched the rest of the series in like 2 nights. And it was just like, this is fucking diamond. They hit every nostalgic beat they can find. And as I've said before on the show, they play on that theory of Daniel LaRusso being the bad guy, which is just so brilliant when they do that. It's like, they're just acknowledging that the fans have this theory. And normally TV shows and movies and all that, like, you know what, you can have your theories, but that's not right. We're going to do our show. Cobra Kai embraced it and they made something out of it.
But you know what's cool is, it must feel pretty cool for everybody who made and was involved with the original Karate Kid, is this was like 30 years ago, and people in 2018 are making up theories about Daniel LaRusso being a bastard and all that, and people are still talking about these movies.
And the funny thing is, when you watch it like that, with that in your head, he totally is the bastard. He totally
is the bastard. Yeah,
it's crazy. But like, I remember when I watched it, he's the hero. He's the total hero. He's the guy I'm rooting for. Now when I watch it, I'm rooting for the other guy. I'm rooting for Johnny. I want him to kick his ass. Especially when I watch Cobra Kai and I see what happened to Johnny's life. It's like, Daniel Russo fucking...
Although that still feels like a little bit of an overreaction to me. If you get kicked in the face at a local karate competition in 1980, whatever the fuck, and then 30 years later your life is still shit.
Things scar you, man. That's his Vietnam.
Do they?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That's his Vietnam. Shit. You weren't there.
Okay then, so what is your numero?
My number one is...
Is it Rick and Morty?
Fuck off. It's a show that started last year, and the second season is on at the moment. It's starring Elizabeth Moss.
Okay.
And it is A Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
This show is fucking superb.
Yeah. I've still not watched any of
it. So it's set in it's like a sort of, not dystopian exactly, but it's, well, kind of, it's like an alternate future where, like, women are barren, men are infertile. And so everything's gone to shit. Fucking governments have fallen. Religious people have taken over, which is not what you want. And every woman who is potentially fertile is abducted and turned into a handmaiden, to try and get them pregnant.
Sweet.
So the women are then matched with a commander. So each region's got like a commander kind of thing. And Joseph Fiennes is isn't it? Huh?
I've been in a film.
Have you really?
Funnily enough, the same one Kristen Scott Thomas was.
Well, shit. So you were man with Joseph Floyd?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck me.
I saw him in the lunch truck in the queue. He cut in, wasn't happy.
Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking rude, if anything.
It was. And then he went on the actors bus. He didn't go on the extras bus. He went on the
diva.
actors bus.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
He's fines. And he's damn fines. See what I did there?
Anyway.
I thought that was really fucking
He's not
quick.
the best one, though, is he?
No.
The other one that played Voldemort was the best one.
Yeah. Okay.
Ralph.
Don't call him Rafe. His name's Ralph.
It's Ralph. Okay.
Yeah, Americans call him Rafe because they're stupid.
Stupid Americans. Yes.
Because they can't pronounce the L's, apparently.
I know.
Pricks. Go for it.
Bastards to a man. Anyway, I forgot what it was. Aye, so
Handmaiden's Tale.
So each of the handmaidens are like given to a commander, and well, they are basically raped until they get pregnant. It's dark as fuck.
It's a world I would like to live in.
Yeah. So once they get pregnant, the baby is then taken off them and given to the commander and the commander's wife for them to bring up as their own.
Mm-hmm.
And then the handmaiden is then passed over to another commander to get pregnant and to get raped and pregnant again. And Elizabeth Moss is fucking incredible. She is such a talented woman. She really is. She's so good in this.
But how talented can you be when your one job is to get raped and have babies?
Well, she's acting, you dingbat. It's not a fucking documentary.
I know, but like, how good can your acting be if all you're doing is getting raped?
Well, that's not all she's doing.
What's she doing?
She's all like acting and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid idiot.
She's pushing forward that Me Too agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Aye. Handmaiden's Tale, it's great. So,
I do need to give that a go.
Yeah,
That's another one that a lot of
it's
people
not cheery.
talk about.
It's not cheery at all, as you can imagine. It's bleak as fuck, but it's great. Again, I can't reiterate enough how fucking good Elizabeth Moss is.
She is good though.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
She is really good.
There's a scene in season 1 where the commander fella Joe finds has got they've got like delegates from, I think it's Mexico, and this whole handmaiden thing is just in the US. So they've got delegates from Mexico that want to do some like trade shit or whatever, and so they're there to sort of find out what the deal is with the handmaidens and if they're happy and all that kind of thing. And so she's like, at the start, she's sort of scared to say anything, you know, and she goes, yes, I'm happy and all that kind of thing. And then the woman gets her on her own and she goes like, I'm being raped, please help me. And the Mexican woman goes, I can't help you. Oh my god, it's fucking dark, man. It really is.
Like, the Mexican woman was like, ay, 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 arriba, arriba.
Oh, okay then. Have you got any honourable mentions?
I like to keep it light. You know I do.
Well, the last 5 minutes have been pretty dark. I've been talking about rape and stuff.
My only honourable...
Not joking about it though, Kev. We don't do that.
My only honourable mention was Altered Carbon.
Yeah, I never went back to that either.
I did about 7 or 8 episodes of it. I really do. I think it's a good show. I just need to go back and finish it.
Is that with Jai Courtney?
Yeah, it's the only reason it didn't enter my list because I haven't finished it yet.
Or Joel Edgerton?
No, it is Jai Courtney.
Is it Jai Courtney?
Yes.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Joel
It's Joel
Kinnaman.
They're all the same. and I also...
See if they ever come on the show, like, we're fucked.
We're not getting Joel Jai Kinnaman, Courtney,
Clark
Edgerton face. Not getting that.
No.
That would be good though. It would be sat there going, so Jai Courtney, I'm Joel Kinnaman.
So
right.
if like, you know, if we get invited to a movie set, like if say for example Tom was to cast one of them in Stairs, and we get to go to the movie set, you know, hopefully, you never know what's going to happen, and like Jai Courtney, Cole Clark.
Wouldn't that be
Edgerton
funny?
Is there?
We could be like, you know, that news reporter in America who called Samuel L. Jackson Lawrence Fishburne. We could be that guy, but with white people.
And you could get a T-shirt made saying, "I am not Joel Edgerton."
We could be like
one for each day of the week. I'm not.
Could be like, "Oh, I loved you in Terminator Salvation." No, that wasn't me. That was Sam Worthington. I'm Joel Edgerton. Oh, right. So you were in that other movie, RoboCop. No, that was Joel Kinnaman. Big dude, you all look the same. Got generic turd faces.
I'm not Jason Clarke.
I think Jason Clarke's another one, although slightly better actor.
I watched mine. I was on about Winchester.
Yeah,
he's decent in that.
Yeah.
Aye. So
we should do that. We should do our top 5 Joel Kinnaman, Jai Courtney, generic face turds movies.
Bit wordy.
Like we'll have Joel, we'll have Jai, we'll have Sam Worthington, Jason Clarke. Who else is there? It's mostly those 4, isn't it?
Mostly those 4.
We'll do a top 5 of their movies.
Shit.
Like collectively, because they're all the same. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a good top 5.
Okay.
Could you come up with 5?
A bit of IMDb-ness.
I mean, Suicide Squad's immediately in my top 5.
It's not.
And it's got 2 of them in it. No, there are 2 of them. Bit of Phantom Menace for you there.
I was going to say, what the fuck's that off? Mm-hmm.
And Star Trek Discovery. That was another one I wanted to bring up. Because that came out tail end of last year. The start of this year.
Okay, right.
But I'm just so in love with that show. And I don't want to jinx it getting cancelled.
But they're doing season 2. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine anyway, because it's Star Trek. Unless this Picard one takes off. Which it will.
I still want to know what they're going to do with that. That's yeah.
You got any honourables?
I've got two. First one, Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah, I thought you might have that somewhere.
Yeah. I couldn't quite fit it in the top 5, but I absolutely loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, really funny. Yeah. The other one, which you're going to roll your eyes at, is a show that they've added 3 seasons of it to Netflix. It is Hell's Kitchen. Because I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah, I saw you post that on the Facebook. You nearly got slapped. So on the Facebook, we got some mentions. Rick Titus from
who?
What does Rick do? Does Rick have a podcast?
I don't know. I think he's on Sesame Street.
He's on Sesame Street. He used to have a podcast.
He looks like a bit of a Muppet, so he must be in Sesame Street.
He looks like a total Muppet. He said Fargo and Legion. Legion's a good call. Jason the Briggs Brigger.
Oh yeah, he was all about Kevin Can Wait, isn't he?
Yeah, Kevin Can Wait and Fear the Walking Dead, because every season I try to like it and start with a new attitude, and by episode 4 I'm done. Bit wordy. But yeah, Kevin Can Wait as well. He loves the shit out of that show.
I think he also said that he came across the back catalogue of King of Queens.
Yeah.
Because he never watched that before, and he is fucking addicted to it.
Do you mean he came across it as in he found it, or he came across it?
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Right, so Chris Johnson, the man that is, Erebus that is, got to be new BBC documentary, Prison.
Yeah, I have not heard of that.
Neither have I. I'm not going to lie. Aaron Goodmiller, don't watch a lot of TV, but MasterChef Junior, I watched this year and it was awesome.
Well, I've got nothing to say, Aaron, because he put a fucking photo of his Hobbit foot on Facebook. So
yeah,
yeah, I have seen that way too many times than I should have.
Was Hobbit foot on?
Yes.
Did you see the not to make light of the whole James Gunn situation, but did you see the post that somebody put up of one of his tweets from back in the day, and they said it's a good thing he has been sacked, with massively hysterically stupid comments like this, and it was like, I believe that the new Hobbit trilogy is better than the original Lord of the Rings.
Fuck off. He wrote that?
That's how controversial that guy is.
Oh, fuck him.
Ian Shaw from the Doctor Who podcast. Star Trek Discovery was better, was one that got better and better throughout the series. Can't wait for season 2. Couldn't agree more. And Paula Courtney, the woman that is, who got us the Michael Gross interview. Big thanks to her. Go to her website, which is Absolute Music Chat. Go and have a look at that. Binging Narcos. It's good.
Narcos.
Yeah. Narcos, that's what I said.
Narcos.
Don't start. So, yeah, that's the top 5. That's us done.
Narcos, though, isn't it?
Would you like to take us out?
Yeah.
Would you like me to take us out with my drum skills?
Nope. Nope, I would not.
Why are you not going to let me play the drums?
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's a shame.
You fucking tit.
So, take us out then.
Bloody drums. Bloody half a window licker.
That's not very nice.
Well, there you go.
You'll get sacked for that. I'll
It is
sack
what
you.
it is. Well, you sack me.
We are a family podcast. Well, we're not, but I will sack you.
Will you?
With my balls. My big sweaty balls.
Ooh.
That aren't as sweaty as they were 3 hours ago.
That's good. That's good. Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's been episode 115, and if you're still listening, you are awesome. Well done, because I probably won't be.
We will be back for episode 116 shortly in a minute. But, yeah, the Indie Talks will be returning. We're not stopping with that kind of thing. I think we've just been on a little break.
Well, it's been a busy old time.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on, and we kind of need to get some ducks in a row. Episodes will be returning properly, and I'm not going to leave it that long anymore. It's just been really fucking hot, and I've been really fucking sticky. So,
ew,
not spunky sticky, like hot sticky. Bit both. So yeah, episode 115. Would you like to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Don't forget, guys, if you are looking for a stylish pair of headphones that, you know, are going to revolutionize your listening pleasures of podcasts, going to really make those ears, it's going to tickle your earbuds. You're going to be walking down the street a happy person because you've got top quality sound coming through those ears. My voice right now probably sounds nice and velvety through these damn things. You need to go to studio.studio.com. Get yourself there. Use the promo code 365FLIX, all caps locks, get yourself 15% off. You're going to discover a whole new way of listening to podcasts. Hell, listening to music, in fact. It's all gravy from here. It's like you're sat in the booth with us. And who doesn't want that? Yeah, again, www.studio, S-U-D-I-O. Top quality headphones. Get yourself on there. 365FLIX. Caps lock. In the show notes to this episode, you will find a cheeky little link that will take you straight there, and all you've got to do is find the pair you want. And this promo won't last forever, so, you know, get it done. These things are style and tech, and you don't often get that in your leading brands. So, yeah, episode still in progress.